All right, man. We're live already. So okay, so right now I'm currently waiting for Jesse and David to call me up right now. They should uh they should uh um they should be here any moment now. And let me see this here. Okay. So yeah, like I said, David and Jesse are gonna be calling up right now. Hopefully we are able to get some live callers, some calls in today. I think I got everything set up. We should be able to accomplish that today. I don't know what the topic's gonna be about, but here it is.
This call is now
LOPEZ
being
Global
recorded.
Talent, usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Talent.
Hello, hello, hello.
What's up? What's
Hey,
up, James?
hey, what's up? Hey, how's it going? I want to go ahead and welcome David and Jesse to You Have a Collect Call From. I don't know what we're gonna be getting into today, but I'm definitely eager to get into it.
Yeah, we got a series of topics that have crossed our desk, our editor's desk. right now, right now, look, there's a lot of stuff going on in the system. There's a lot of stuff going on outside of the system. There's a lot of mainline SNY bashing and stuff going on social media. There's just been a lot going on, man. So, I'm glad we get to share some of these things with you, James, and the general public out there that might be curious about, what is prison? What is prison? What goes on in prison? What types of people are in prison? Um, those are those are loaded questions. I'm looking over at Jesse right now, and I'm asking myself, who are you? Who are you? Who sent you? What, and I got you with the mustache, James, and I'm wondering, what prison did you parole from? What is that? you and the brocha, I'm thinking, man. I just think that this is Jesse. Thank you, everybody who tuned in, everybody that, the originals that started out on YouTube with us. Always appreciate it. And this is Jesse. Thank you for sharing another evening with us. I I just think that it's important to remind the listeners, what we started out on this channel with, and what the message was about when we started this channel. We weren't exactly sure how it was going to unravel or how it was going to unroll, but the reality is we had a vision, and for the most part, we've been able to stick to the script with that vision on this channel. And we've been able to grow, fortunately for the listeners here, and we were able to grow. James was able to get us onto TikTok, and we've gotten a bunch of followers over there on the TikTok and a lot of people listening. And for us, that means a lot because that's more people that we get to deliver the message of positivity, the message of redemption that we set out with, to begin with on this channel. So, for me, I'm a little disappointed right now, because we've only been on TikTok for about a month, and we just found out today that we were suspended over there for a week because of childish back and forth that was taking place on TikTok, and personally, if that's the kind of stuff that we're going to have to be dealing with, it's like, man, maybe TikTok wasn't the best place, because the reality is, for the most part, we've kept nothing but a positive synergy around our YouTube channel, So going to TikTok, it's like, I guess more people have access, more people have more opinions, and we're always welcome to criticism and opinions and constructive conversation, 100%, But I think it just sucks that you got so many childish people out there that are missing the message completely. This isn't a prison gang-banging podcast. We've never spoke bad about the mainline GP. Like I said, I subscribed to that life for, 20 years, in here and another 10 years out there, So
I think this suspension thing that we got going on TikTok is actually a good thing. I think it's a good thing, and let me tell you why. I'm an optimist. My wife gives me a bunch of shit about. I'm always going on about perspective. You gotta have. There's always a perspective. Jesse just looked at me and just shook his head like.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Here you go again with perspective. This is the thing. I want people to see. People are seeing what we're up against. This is a small insight into what we have to deal with in prison. You decide to change your life, you get canceled. You know, and that's just what it is. These people do not want to let us go. You know, you have to ask yourself, why do they want to hang on to us so bad? Why? Wouldn't you think they would want to get the people out that don't need to be there, don't want to be there, people that are opposed to their ideology, get them out of there? But the problem is that they want to cancel us. They don't want to accept the
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
They don't want to accept the fact that they lost us. They lost that control. They lost that power. Because at the end of the day, a lot of gang politics are centered on power and control. Every time they lose a yard, every time they lose a soldier, anytime they lose money, that's what it is. We represent money, and we represent their power. Without us, they have no power.
You know? I agree with you wholeheartedly on the prison gang level. However, I don't believe that what's taking place on TikTok has anything to do with the prison gang level. Because to be honest with you, if them dudes were about that life and anything of what we represented in our past life, they wouldn't be on TikTok
and I agree with
acting
you on
like
that.
childish who bangers. They're acting like Pesetas acted when I was on the main line.
And I
That's
agree.
how we identified who was trash and who wasn't, was when you had dudes on their doors screaming, banging, wolfing, talking
what
shit.
that's become.
No, absolutely. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, those cats don't have a clue of what's been lost because they don't even know what it is to begin
They
with.
don't. And the problem is look, that type of thinking has gotten smaller and smaller.
Right.
They represent an ideology that they necessarily don't know anything about.
100%
They're
don't know nothing about
feeding
it.
into a false narrative that they don't understand, and
Because they're living out there on the street.
but they're able to highlight and represent what it is to actually be on the opposing side of change. That is a representation of what the problem is with society. Is they're too focused on prison gang ideology.
Yeah.
That's what they're focused on, and they don't even know what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
An ideology they don't even know about.
It's a warped perspective.
Right.
I'm going to use your perspective, but it's a warped perspective of what they think it is.
Their insight into this ideology right here is what they've obtained through channels that they've
Or maybe they have like a family member that's told them war dogs, and 9 times out of 10, the family members that give them those war dogs, they're full of shit. Those are guys that we were in here punking,
Right.
you know, when we were doing our thing.
But yeah, to me, I just think it's funny, and I agree with you. Like the real gang members, the real gang leaders, the real prison gang, them dudes are all in here with us. Not necessarily on our yards, but they're in here living this life, and you know how they exercise. And if they heard that any of these dudes on these podcasts talking shit and wolfing on pesetas and just what they would be like, what's the matter with you, fool? Like just the same way they would when you got some youngster in the oil in the cages. Hey, I know that fool's a, you know, and, hey man, shut your mouth, kid. Fuck that dude. Let him go by. You got, you know what I mean? Like you got nothing to say to them. They got let them do the wolfing.
That's it. Yeah, and
it's crazy because we're not bringing a prison culture to this channel. At least I believe we're not trying to.
We're not trying to.
Right. I mean, it's hard not to, you know, accept that it's hard not to bring any prison message with the fact that this is where we're at and this is where we've been. But as far as like we're not bringing the gang culture, we're not bringing the us versus them, we're not bringing the GP or the SNY changes for anybody, because I know dudes that are doing it over there on the main line as well.
We're trying to rise up out of this place. And
Right.
that's what we're doing. We're not trying, we're doing it.
Right.
We're rising up out of this limited existence.
Small box
Yeah.
in our brain and fingers.
Yeah, so that was just something that we were thinking about. It was a little upsetting to hear, because what we would like to do is spread the message that anybody can change. Anybody could change. Anybody could rise above who they were in the past, period. No matter what you did in the past, no matter who you were, no matter what type of gang member you were, but even
even not prison related. You could have been a total asshole out there. You could have been somebody who was into drugs. You could have been somebody who was messed up to your employees, to your employers, bad with your family. And a lot of people get weighed down by bad decisions. People get weighed down by who they're perceived to be, and we could change that at any time. We want to show people that, hey, man, no matter what you've done, you can be a better person today. You can put yesterday in the past, and you could be a better person today. And that's why I like this podcast. There's people out there, they want to stay trapped in that thought process, and to each their own. Hopefully they don't have to learn like we learned, because we learned it rough. I had to sit there and evaluate what I was going through in a small cell. When I was in the hole, it was really the hole. It was bad. It wasn't like this these lockdowns or these lockups today where you got your TV, you get store. They got tablets in the hole now. Yeah. They got limited time back there. They call it restricted housing. It's not even called short-term restricted housing. It's not even called ADSEG anymore. And it's just different. When I was in the hole, ADSEG stood for administrative segregation, which means I was removed from the population for predatory behavior, for the safety of others and myself. This thing is different. They're pulling people to the hole. They're doing what they're doing, but they're getting kicked right back out to the yard. And I just had to stop real quick because my door's open for dinner, and Jesse's out there wandering in a chair in boxers. Hey, you got to put some clothes on, nature boy. Yeah, he's passing out rice bowls. But, so that's something that prison is not what people think it is. It's so much worse, and it's turning into a direction that's going to make us better people.
Hey, David.
Can I get you back on the podcast, Jess? Yeah.
Hey, David. So, can you hear us? Can you hear us? This is Jessica, right?
Yes.
What?
So we got a call, Jessica.
Hello?
Chubby Jessica called in.
Is this the infamous Chubby Jessica? What's up, girl? Oh. How you doing?
Hi,
What did she get off? What's up,
Muchas
Jessica? How you
gracias,
doing?
James, por... ¿Me escuchan? Hello?
Yeah. Can you guys hear her?
Okay.
Yes. We can hear her. We
Okay.
can hear her. Can she hear us?
Can you hear them?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Sí.
So we're good.
James, muchas gracias por este programa. Soy súper fan. Voy a pasar mi inglés porque creo que David no entiende.
Yeah, no
Entonces
Nintendo.
voy a estar escribiendo en
No, I understood. He kind of I speak broken Spanish. I understand it pretty good. I just don't speak it well. But go ahead. Yeah, I understood. What's up?
Yeah. I'm a super fan of this show. I'm like really excited to be on. So I had some questions. Hello to all my fans in California. This is like so exciting. Anyway, my first question is, so I watched like all of the show of especially Jesse, and when I was watching the show, my main question was, how come his family like didn't decide to go back to Mexico? And like this is a true question because like I was listening to it and I was like, oh my gosh, his dad became a drug addict. His mom was also like, Brenda was like also a drug addict. And for me, I was like, o sea, en México, pues no tenemos esos problemas. O sea, en México realmente es muy raro que alguien sea un drogadicto. Like, being a drug addict is not as common. And so I was like, oh my gosh, how come his family like didn't go back to Mexico where like maybe they wouldn't have had those problems, and like maybe it was the U.S. that was like creating like a very toxic environment. And so that was one question that I had. Like, how come they didn't go back to Mexico when like they started to see like the U.S. is kind of like toxic and stuff? Question number
I
two.
believe Jesse's dad did go back to Mexico.
On the run once or twice.
Yeah. Yeah, Jesse's dad did go to Mexico occasionally.
Yeah, the only time they went back over there is on the run, you know, to hide out. But the reality of it is, you know, there was very little opportunity for people over there. You know, that's especially people that were from over here. That were born over here. Like, and my abuelita had property over there, and they used to go and hide out over there sometimes. But the reality is,
Like there was nothing over there for any of my family really. That's why everybody's here, you know. But
wouldn't you
I'm
like
sure,
have been
the
like
culture.
way happier? Like you would have been free. I mean, like poor versus being free. Like I would have selected being poor.
No, I agree with that today. I agree with that today, right?
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
I didn't feel that way in the past. In the past, I used to tell myself I'd rather be in prison than broke. You know what I mean? I'd rather be in prison. I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. Is how that's always was an old motto. You know?
Tupac saying?
That was Zapata.
Oh,
Zapata.
Yeah, that was deep.
So and the reality of it is like
it's gonna cut off right now.
It's gonna cut off right now.
We're gonna call right back. This is that interesting.
All right, so I guess it's me and you now till they call back, and
Thank you, James, for this great show. It did change. It has changed my perspective because I was very against I was very against California, and it bothered me the level of that they were giving prisoners more freedom. And then I realized, like, oh, thanks to your show, I realized, like, oh my God, they're Hispanic.
Yeah.
They're like me. Wow, and so it did change my perspective. I was very bothered by California and how much freedoms they've been giving prisoners and releasing them. But thanks to your show, it completely changed my mind. So thank you.
Man, that brings a smile to my face hearing that, and I'm about to plug them back in right now. Give me one moment.
This call is now being recorded.
Esta es Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
All right, we're back, and I want Jesse to continue this dialogue. Hello?
Hi, friends.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure everybody was still connected. Yeah, no.
We're
So
here.
pretty much, I agree with you. Previously, I would have never thought like that. Today, that's how I believe that I'm going to be able to maintain a lot on the streets as well. Like when I get back to society, is because like I set myself a standard of what I thought I needed to live or how things had to be, and I was willing to put everything else to the side for that. And now it's like, man, I tell myself, me and Dave talk about it all the time, like we've been materialistic our whole lives, but because we believe that's how we were validated by the things that we had and by the money we had and hustling and the power and the control and all that stuff. And the reality of it is now anytime I get out there and I feel like I don't have enough, all I'm going to do is tell myself, think about I lived in a cell for 25 years with minimal, you know what I mean? Like we're basically minimalist in here.
Well, I was thinking that right now when you said that, but I'm looking down. I'm like, you know what I am? I'm a minimalist, but I look like a NASCAR driver because I have so many logos on the clothes I'm wearing.
Yep. But hey, so yeah, that's really the reason why I believe that it wasn't an option for anybody to go to Mexico, and especially you got to remember I grew up in the '80s, so I can only imagine when my parents grew up, and when my abuelita got here, I know they came over here because there was nothing over there back then, so that was a long time ago.
If I ended up in jail in Mexico when I went to Mexico, we would have ended up in prison for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
They would have had me extradited to Guatemala or something.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I was like, man.
Yeah. So what was your next question, Jessica?
Yep. No to Mexico. Jesse's an American from America.
Yeah, thank you for thank you for explaining that. I was telling James that thanks to this show, I was very upset with California that it was like letting out prisoners and giving them so much freedom. But thanks to the show, I realized, wow, they're Hispanic. That it's okay, So they're my paisanos. So like now it's like, oh, okay. It's great that California is giving them a lot of freedoms and making them free. That's fantastic. So my next question, and I love this show. I go to the gym and I'm like, oh yes. So my next question is.
Hold on.
real quick before you go on, because you said something that was great, and I think it's great for topics. So before you go on any further, we want to elaborate on that real quick. I don't know if you have something to say.
You could tell, huh? Because I was like, oh, I want to stop.
I definitely have something to say too. So go ahead, Dave.
From my end, look, they're letting out the right prisoners. There you go. They're letting out the right prisoners. They're not just opening the door and saying, hey, everybody can just get on out of here. You know, they're letting out the right prisoners, and they're going through a screening process that's very, very rigorous. And there's a lot of success in the lifers that are going home. Yes, the recidivism rate, it was like 2%, which means the guys that were getting out that had life sentences prior were coming back, but that's 2%.
And now it's even less than 1%.
Yeah, before the recidivism rate for anybody getting out was over 90%.
Yeah.
And so they're letting out the right people. So it's not like, hey, well, me and Jess, we're both here for murders. So when they open up these doors for us, we're not going to be the same people that came in. We're not going to be killers. We're not going to be murderers. We're far from that already.
Drug addicts, criminals.
Yeah, absolutely not. We're going to be people that you're going to be able to see running on the treadmill at the gym, and you're not going to know the difference what our history was and whatnot. And we're going to be productive members of society.
Absolutely. And so, okay, so quick, I want to ask you a question real quick, Jessica. So you sound like you have pretty conservative values, or you pretty much, you sounded conservative because you had a problem with them just letting a bunch of criminals back out into the streets, right? And I concur with that. I kind of have the same sentiment. But so how would you identify? Would you identify as Republican or Democrat?
Ooh, that's a deep
So
question. I know.
I actually now have a right to vote, and I'm going to vote in the U.S. and in Mexico. I'm very excited about that. So interestingly, always I would vote in Mexico for the left, always, until now that we have López Obrador. And actually, oh my gosh, what you guys said about the narco, like that they're just being blatant. I don't know if you guys knew, but so right now in Mexico we have, long story short, now I'm conservative. Yes, that's true. I'm going to vote everything for the right. But Mexico's current president, which I voted for him, like, because I'm an idiot. Anyway, he was like, he's left. Recently, they posted a picture of La Santa Muerte on their Twitter. And it was like, I mean, La Santa Muerte is like the religion of the narco. And I was like, wow, it's true. Yeah. They're not even hiding it. They're not even hiding it. So I'm going to vote everything for the opposition, which is like the party of the right, because that like anything related to narco bothers me. Like that show, you guys I think also mentioned like that show El Señor de los Cielos. Those shows bother me, like because they're just showing like a very negative side of Mexico. So that bothers me. But yeah, I would vote. I think in Mexico I'm going to vote everything for the right. In the U.S. probably actually Democrat, because like I got like the visas that I was able to become a citizen thanks to more like democratic like policies, I would say. And so it's like I would be closing the door to people like to other Mexicans like me if I voted for the right, which they did remove. For example, Trump removed some visas that I benefited from.
Oh,
okay.
That's complicated.
Yeah, and it's a trip that you say that, right? Because I kind of feel that I come down more on the conservative side here. Like me personally, I don't believe in open borders. I believe in a legitimate pathway to citizenship. You know what I mean? Like the way it was before don't work, and the way it is now it doesn't work. And the only reason why I say this now is because I'm going to be a taxpayer one day. You know, I'm going to be out there, and all this stuff is going to affect me somehow, some way. You know, and having open borders, there's no superpower, there's no sustainable country with open borders, because there has to be, but also too, they should be a legitimate pathway to citizenship. Everybody should have the opportunity.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
If you have legitimate plans, you know, but then again, who am I? You know, I was an antisocial most of my life. You know, I didn't care about America. I didn't care about politics. I didn't care about how my actions affected anybody else, let alone how anybody else's actions affected me. You know, out in a world outside that was outside of the world I lived in, which was in the neighborhood in my barrio. You know,
you weren't praying to Malverde?
no, I was. Yeah, I didn't have a plaque of Jesus Malverde right there on my desk. You know,
but this is bad. This is bad.
yeah, might as well, right? But no, so okay. I was just asking that because that's what it sounded like when you said that. And I used to actually have political debates when I was in the shoe with my homeboy. He was a super left Democrat, tree hugger, you know, the way I used to see it. And I was a conservative. He's like, listen to your food, like listen. I said, nah. I said, the way I see it is like everybody has the opportunity to work for what's theirs. I didn't believe in the handout, right? But now I kind of feel like I come down on the moderate level, you know. But I still think I'm conservative. Like how you said about them letting people get out of prison. I don't agree with all this stupid shit they're doing on the lower level of crime. That's why these idiots are out there doing the shit they're doing, robbing stores and doing all these smash and grabs and just crazy stuff, right?
It makes no sense.
Right, it makes no sense because there's no real punishment for their crime. They don't even keep them in the county. They actually just no bail. They're releasing them. So the reality of it is the risk is the reward far outweighs the risk. So to me, it almost seems like the right decision to make given the stupid shit they're doing. You know, but if there was a little bit of punitive element there, I guarantee you would deter a bunch of these people. Not anybody, because it didn't deter me, but definitely it would. You know, crime would be reserved for the because a lot of those are just high school kids and people that normally wouldn't be doing stupid shit.
Yeah, but the ones that I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing the crackhead with the freaking 10 speed in the black trash bag.
Oh yeah,
those guys that are just walking through the center aisle of a CVS,
Walgreens or something.
Yeah, Walgreens with a 10 speed and a black trash bag. Like those guys, they need to keep them in jail.
So yeah, no, for sure, for sure. But or get them the help that they need
from jail.
Right. But the reality is, like everybody on this channel and everybody that we're trying to like deliver a message to, it's none of us are going to be just released from prison. Like I want everybody to understand that the reality is like the only way that somebody who has committed the vicious crime of murder and you know that is able to ever obtain their freedom again is through the serious work, you know, through the hard work of transforming their minds, their hearts, you know, and if you don't do that, you're not getting out. And that's why there's such a low recidivism rate for long-term offenders now, you know. So I don't know. I just for some reason I just felt like I wanted to. What?
Like saying that. So on one hand, I think I'm liberal. Right now,
será controlada y grabada.
Actually. But I mean, honestly, like you could like bullshit the parole board, right? Like, I mean, like what I would do is I would tell them whatever they wanted to hear, to get out. I mean, like it's kind of hard, right? Like to really measure that change.
No. Oh, that's not at all. Not at all. Your words, prison is truly a jungle. You know what I mean? Like, prison is truly a jungle. That's the reality of it. Like, and you could go in there and tell them all you want to tell them, but if your actions and your history and if you're not actually living that life, it's almost impossible to maintain life in here. You either have to go one way or the other. If you're in prison, you can't just go along for the ride. Either you're a part of the prison culture, which is you're about this life, because there's dudes running around here that are violent. There's people running around here that are predators. And if you don't have a predator presence about yourself, you know, and you're still living that life, they're going to eat you up. So you're not able to do the things that we're doing without being truly committed. And it'll show in the board hearing. Like when they go in there, you don't just get to go in there and say, hey, well, you know what, I turned my life around. Look, I'm a good person. You genuinely have to do work. And the thing is, for us to become murderers and gang members and criminals and drug addicts and do the stupid shit that we did for so long, it's so ingrained in you, your way of thinking and your way of believing and your way of feeling is so ingrained in you that you couldn't go in there and manipulate these people, because it's almost impossible for a criminal to take responsibility for his actions. We live in denial. We minimize. We rationalize. Like, we can never truly be able to articulate the fact of the damage that we've caused in our life unless we've done the work.
But what about the criminals? What about the manipulators and criminals that can?
No.
What else is there? Because it's not just that. you can go in there and use $1 million words. We know guys that do that.
No, 100%.
We know guys that go in there, man, and they got the look, man. They got the hair combed to the side. They got the glasses on, trying to look like me and Jesse. You know, they got their tattoos removed, and they go in there and they wonder why they walk out of there with a 5-year denial.
Because those are trained professionals. They see hundreds of people every year.
Yep.
They have bullshit meters that can see right through. Like, you may be able to spit the $1 million words, you may be able to talk a good 10 rounds, but the reality of it is, the second the commissioners deviate from your script, you're going to get caught with your pants down because it's not genuine. And they know how to tell. And don't get me wrong, 1 out of 10 may be able to go in there and bullshit his way out of there. But the work that he had to do to become that good of a bullshitter, to bullshit them, he's changed. He may not have transformed his life, but I promise you he's changed enough to make it out there.
He's not the person that came to prison.
Yeah, he's definitely not the person that came to prison, because doing what you have to do to get out of prison is 100% contrary to doing what you have to do to survive in prison and doing what you did to come to prison. You know, it's not just, you know, you might, I mean, the reality is, you're not just talking. Like, when you're in here and this is what you're doing, you have to be that person. You have to be that person, or this jungle will eat you up. So when the board members looks on paper and they say, okay, this guy isn't just in here telling us all this stuff. We see him on paper. We see he hasn't been getting written up. We see that he's been doing this. We see that the officers and his bosses and everybody around him is putting these laudatory chronicles in his file, saying, hey, man, this guy's really respectful. He's a great worker. He has strong work ethic. He's a great student. You know, they see your interactions with like this channel.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
For a long time, I was a gang leader. I utilized my presence, my charisma, my ability to speak, to motivate people to do destructive things, you know, where now I use that energy on here to try to hopefully encourage somebody not to take the same path that I did, right? And they recognize that. They see that, and they're like, okay, well, you know, at least you're doing something positive while you're in prison. And this is just one of the few things that David and I do for, you know, the pro-social and productive. We try to do anything we can. We're sponsors in here. We're mentors in here. We help people. You know, we try to utilize our experience. I don't want to be all that bullshit that I did in my past to be for nothing. I have to utilize some of that for connectivity with some of these youngsters, so they don't spend the next 20 years of their life in prison like I did, acting like a clown. You know,
this call's going to cut off.
It's going to cut off. We'll call back right now.
We'll call back right now.
All right. We'll be here. We'll be waiting. All right, Jessica. Hopefully, they're giving you the answers that you have towards your questions.
Yeah, thank you so much, James. If you need me to like hang up so that others can call in, I'm also happy to. Whatever you prefer.
No, I'm good. I mean, yeah. I mean, anybody's welcome to call in. Right now, I don't think nobody's mentioned that they want to call in. So, but if they do, I mean, the phone will still ring anyway. So I'll be aware.
Oh, great. Thank you. I love the show.
Oh man, thank you. I appreciate it. When let me see here. All right, they're calling back.
This call is now being
Esta es
recorded.
Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello. Yep.
We're back. Jessica.
Hi, friends.
It's not a good back and forth going right now. I'm just
Hey, so how long have you been here?
I don't know. Like 2009. 2009.
2009. Oh, so you've been here for a long time. And you said you live in Compton?
No, I didn't say. I didn't say where I live.
Oh, I thought you said something about Compton. I thought you said you were from Compton. I was like, okay, so you've seen some things, city. Yeah, if you're living in Compton, you've seen some things since you've been here. So you know.
But I return a lot to Mexico also. Like I'm back and forth from both countries. I visit both countries back and forth.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. I mean, at least you've obviously seen some good things there and seen some good things here. You don't sound like you're cut from the same cloth as the bullshit that a lot of us have had to see here. You know what I mean? And that's cool.
She don't got a crazy accent either.
And
I know a lady that's been here for 30 years and she still can't speak English or Spanish.
That's your boss. That's my old boss. But look at this. Yeah, I was tripping out though for you being like representing the whole country like you do. You kind of sound like a Valley girl.
Oh, thank you. I was trying to do that. Like that's my Californian accent. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I love watching U.S. TV shows and just practicing.
What?
Thank you.
Yeah, it sounds perfect.
Yeah,
you got it down pat.
Yeah, you're right on.
Yeah.
If this was an audition, you got the part.
Yeah, and I heard her Spanish, so I know it's authentic. I was like, man.
Yeah. All right. Hey, so that's cool though. I was tripping. I was telling Dave, I was like, man, for her being Mexicana like she is, she sounds like a straight Valley girl, like a straight gabacha from, like, oh my God.
Yep.
Hey,
you got to start talking, Jess.
And I am going to start talking like that. That's exactly what's going on.
Start practicing.
Hey, okay, so sorry, we didn't mean to like ramble on and cut you off. We just wanted to talk about, because you did say that it sounded like you were kind of conservative, and I just wanted to see like where you came down on that, you know, because, okay, real quick then, what brought you to this channel? Like, how did you end up coming to, you have a collect call from? Or at you
so I called in, so now I'm not doing my Californian accent because it's very tiring. So I called in, I didn't call in, you guys responded a question about my pen pal that, like I was starting to get, I had a pen pal, then I think they stalked me, got my number and started to call me at night. And that bothered me. And then you guys explained what happened. Do you remember?
Oh yeah, you. Hey, that was you. Yeah, you hit us. You hit us stone cold weirdo.
Yeah. So I was trying to understand what was happening, and so that's why I was searching like on YouTube for things. But in general, I'm interested in this topic. Yeah, and so that brought me to that channel, and thank you for responding to my question.
No, that's cool. Thank you for asking questions.
Yeah, thank you for asking questions. Thank you for being here. And that's what this channel is all about. It's all about, you know, anybody that wants to hear a positive message. We're trying to show them, all you guys out there, a different, you know, picture of prison, because everybody just has this picture of prison. And we say it all the time. That's absolutely what prison is. But there are some diamond in the roughs in here, you know, and it's like, you know, people are doing what they have to do. There's a lot of good dudes in here, and they're going to be out one day soon. You know, people are coming, opening their eyes and coming to realize that this isn't the business right here, like sitting in prison and hanging out with a bunch of dudes day and night and neglecting your responsibilities as a man, as a father, as a husband, as a...
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
It's not cool, you know, so we definitely appreciate you, you know, signing in, and you've been pretty faithful to the channel, and we appreciate that. So yeah, I was just wondering, you know, how that happened. So what's up? What's your next question?
My next question is, what were the main challenges that you faced when you were defending yourself? That was really interesting to hear.
I think he's been the aggressor most of the time, but what
in court, well, because I think that Jesse defended, like he fought his own, like, and then he also, I think, became like a paralegal advisor or something.
Oh, for his case. Yeah. Oh, his case. Yeah, you got to be more specific. We've been in a lot of stuff. So be more specific, yes. When you were your own attorney, yeah, we been in a shitload of things.
Yeah, I was like, we're talking about
time,
yeah. When did I? Do I get to play the victim here for once?
When you were victimized.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what you were talking about. I was just giving you a hard time, Jessica.
Well, you guys are on the same page.
Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? So, because she knows I'm not a bad person, unlike you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She thinks.
No, so let's see. The biggest challenge that
being a freaking attorney, that's a huge challenge.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, having a freaking GED from the California Youth Authority and then going into the courtroom like David and Goliath against his district attorney.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be straight up with you. Me representing myself in court was nothing more than a power and control thing. It was like my last effort at saying F the world and everybody else. Like the way I seen it was like nobody's gonna throw my life away but me, which is what I had done all the way up until that time. Anyways, I threw my life away. You know, I didn't just throw my life away. I took somebody's life in the process, which is a horrible thing. So when I went and made the decision to represent myself, it had nothing to do with going in there and putting up a defense in my case. It was for no other reason than to go in there and make a spectacle of the court, make a spectacle of the district attorney, you know, like to continue to re-victimize my victim and his family.
Money.
Yeah, cost the state some money. Like my reasoning was not sincere. It was actually horrible. You know what I mean? Like, so it just so happened in the process of doing that, because I'm not an idiot. You know, I just acted like an idiot.
So happened that you accidentally won.
Just so happens that I actually won. But in the process of research and going through, you know, boxes and boxes of paperwork that had been, because my case was a cold case. You know, it happened when I was a juvenile, and they didn't get me till I was 21. I mean, I had been locked up anyways. I was in the California Youth Authority, but I got out and they brought me back, you know. And so when I was going through my case, I started realizing, like, oh, you know, there's a bunch of evidence here that was never presented. You know, there's a bunch of other opportunities here. And again, that to me, that's still looking back at it now. I thank God for the opportunity that I've been given, because I should be serving life without the possibility of parole today. You know, I don't make no qualms about that. You know, like the fact that I have a date and I'm actually going to go home within the next couple of years is a blessing, you know, and which is why I have an obligation or moral obligation to live a pro-social lifestyle, so that I can honor the man whose life I took, the opportunities I took from him. Because the reality is I should be serving life without the possibility of parole. I went in there into the courtroom and I utilized stuff that they had done against him, you know, and looking back at it, you know, like I said, I was still minimizing, I was still rationalizing my behavior, I was playing the victim. I called witnesses in there and victimized them along the way just to make them look silly, and it was just a crazy thing. So the hardest thing for me, you know, initially when I started my trial, the first 2 weeks of my trial, was going in there and trying to like meet the district attorney where he was. Like I was basically in there. I felt like I was up against a giant, and I didn't want to go in there and sound ignorant either. So I was trying to do the best that I could to maintain a script, to basically joust with this dude on his level, and it wasn't working for me, because you hear the way I talk, you know, like you hear, like that's it. Speaking proper and professional in the courtroom was not how I operate, especially when I had been living in the jungle most of my life. So for the first 2 weeks, I was struggling with that. I was struggling with you know, going up against the DA and being able to articulate my arguments the same way that he was. And even though I had everything written down and I had researched my points and my positions, I couldn't deliver it the way that he was, because I didn't speak legal jargon. I didn't speak, you know, courtroom etiquette. It just wasn't my thing, you know. So so it was kind of hard for me along the way with that. Once I actually one day I went back to the cell, and I was like, you know what, man, forget this. Like, what am I doing? I don't care whether I win or lose, and I'm taking this shit way too serious. You know, I'm in here taking this way too serious. And I actually said, you know what, I'm going to go in this courtroom and I'm going to do what I normally do. I'm going to make a spectacle of the world. I'm going to make a spectacle of this courtroom. I'm going to have fun while I'm doing this, you know. And you know, if I happen to, you know, present a defense, cool. But if not, I'm going to have fun doing it.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
If I get found guilty of first-degree murder, which is exactly what I expected to happen, then I'll be okay with that, because I'm already serving. I was already doing life for first-degree murder, and I understood that I deserved that. I wasn't tripping. I was going to have fun doing it. So I kind of like gave up on going in there and trying to be like real professional with it. And I actually went into the courtroom and I just did it the way that I delivered my defense the way that I thought was best for me, and it actually worked. Like, that's what the jurors wanted to hear. They wanted to hear sincerity. They didn't want to hear a bunch of legal talk. They didn't want to hear, you know, and so it worked in my favor. And I think for me that was the hardest thing. Just the first 2 weeks of my trial was hard for me, because I was in there trying to play them on their field instead of, you know, doing what I thought I knew how to do. And I didn't have a clue what I was doing, to be honest with you. I had like 4 years to prepare, 3 years to prepare, and I did the best that I could. And it obviously worked. it obviously worked because I ended up coming out of there with a second-degree murder, and I got my life without drop that I had when I was initially convicted as on first degree. So that was super hard for me.
Congratulations.
Huh?
Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, for sure. It was an experience that I'll never forget, to be honest with you. I definitely appreciate the process, and it gave me a whole newfound respect for the law, and the hierarchy of the law, and it definitely put me on a different wavelength with the law. Like I still had that us versus them mentality, but I realized that the law was there to protect me the same way it was there to work against me. It was only working against me because I was working against it. So yeah, but thank you, I appreciate that.
And when you
guys
okay.
Go ahead.
So I heard that you guys were studying. What are you studying? Maybe like that experience could help you, right, for possible jobs when you get out, like that experience that you got in law.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got certified as a paralegal 2 years ago while I was in here, and right now I'm currently I'm getting an AA in business and psychology. I'm actually going to 2 separate schools. I'm getting my AA in business through Coastline Community College, which is a correspondence college. But I'm actually just doing the core classes that I need there, and I'm transferring them over to my in-person, which is through Imperial Valley College right here in the prison, and it's the local community college right here in Imperial Valley. And so I'm transferring all my business classes from Coastline to Imperial, so when I declare my degree for psychology, I'm going to get both of my degrees for transfer, and then ultimately we'll start San Diego State.
Yeah, like Jesse, I'm studying psychology also. I'm working on 3 degrees. One of them is psychology, the other one is behavioral sciences, and the other one is sociology, and they go hand in hand. My wife hates that I'm taking an interest in psychology. She don't mind it, she supports me, but I think I'm Dr. Phil sometimes. And so that makes it kind of difficult. But now Jesse's doing real good. I'm real proud of him. He's doing statistics right now. I did statistics already, so I know what he's going through, but he's in the middle of it, and he's doing pretty good. Jesse's a smart cookie.
I'm doing all right because I got Dave right here as my tutor. That statistics is madness. But
we're going to do good in any job we get out there too.
Absolutely, and that's what I look at every endeavor that we pursue today. I look at it as a stepping stone for whatever it is we're going to do out there in society. We're building perseverance. We're building commitment. So
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
I definitely believe that it'll help us out there. Because I don't know, from what I hear from everybody, that a lot of people out there in society, they don't appreciate the opportunities that have been given to them. And I 100% appreciate it now because I gave my life away, I gave my life away and I took life in the process. And so like now I will cherish every breath that I take and every moment that I live, So when I get out there, any opportunity given to me, I'm going to capitalize wholeheartedly.
Yeah, regardless of the subject. The subjects are pretty straightforward. Yeah, some of them are hard, some of them are easy, but it's a commitment and a dedication following through with the things that you started. That's what's going to help you be successful out there in society. That's what's going to help me be successful. But hey, this call is going to cut off right now. We'll call back and go ahead and give you a call back.
Okay. All right. All right. So, Eliasman, I just saw your question about Big Joe. So, I spoke to him a few days ago. And I might be going to LA this week coming up. So if I do, I'm gonna go ahead and meet up with him. And I just sent him a message to check if he's available to call in. He hasn't got back to me yet. It's only been a minute, but if he does call in, then I'll go ahead and ask him to patch in and bring him on here, and you guys could hear from him and hear the update. How's going? How's everything going for him?
This call is now being recorded.
Esta es Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
All right, James.
Yep.
So I got a question to ask you. Do we got Official Air SoCal
Yep.
on the line?
El Iceman. Yep.
All right. All right. We just wanted to make sure, those are our originals or OGs right there. Shelby Jessica, she's an OG now too, but she's not. Yeah, she's an OG. She's an OG listener, but you still got to give a shout out to the boys. Yeah. And is that your little girl, James?
Yeah. Give me like 2 minutes. I gotta go grab her some cereal. I'll be right back. Okay.
All right.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Jessica.
Hi, friends. Can I ask more questions? And thank you. That's very, very inspiring about what you're studying. I think, for example, the one in business, you could maybe create like a business related to something about law for supporting like maybe under like people that don't have that much money to pay for like those high-paying lawyers. That might be I think you understand now this ecosystem. That could be a great opportunity.
It's funny that you say that, I swear to God, because when I took Intro to Business, I had to write a 20-page business plan, right? And I submitted that. I did that like a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. But I'm doing small business management and entrepreneurship, and they asked me to write another business plan, a 9-page one. And so basically what I did is I took the original one I wrote and I condensed it, right? And the mission statement, exactly what you just said, was my mission statement. Basically, like I wanted to be able to provide legal services to underprivileged communities, because I understand how important that is. I understand like that because the law is a business too. You know what I mean? Like the reality is these attorneys they're robbing people along the way. They just got a license to do it. And so it's funny that you said that because that's exactly what. When I first got certified, that was my plan, was to actually like be able to get out there and help people, even if it's simple forms, to fill out simple forms, because a lot of people from the communities that I grew up in and stuff like that, like they're underprivileged, I mean, there's, and so it's crazy because we don't even realize that. I think I mentioned it before, like my whole life, I've never seen anybody in my family vote. And a lot of them are taxpayers. A lot of them were, working class. But yet I've never seen anybody vote.
Oh, I just got my papers to vote for Mexico's presidency. I'm so excited.
There you go.
But yeah, and I think that's a great. That gives you a competitive advantage that you understand. For example, the Hispanic communities. Do you guys identify as Hispanic? Like the Hispanic communities in the U.S., what are their needs? And so you can tailor businesses that other people couldn't tailor because they don't understand those communities. They don't understand their needs.
Exactly. That's true. And that's how I wrote my plan. Basically, that's what I wanted to do, which is crazy. It's funny that you said that because I literally just submitted that actually last week. So.
That's a great vision. That's great.
You got the mic right now. You got to direct the topic right now, Jessica. You're James
I
right
have
now.
more questions.
You're the
questions. So what I do is I go to the gym and I'm listening. I listen to all of. Okay, my next question was. So I think David in one of the shows mentioned that you guys went to a party that Jesse took David to a party and and it was like all of the co-defendants that ended up being all of the co-defendants of Jesse. I'm curious, what did those parties look like? How did they dress? Like how did you guys dress at that time? Were you guys like flirting with women? Like what was happening?
I got a couple things to clarify. Okay, so Jesse took me to a birthday party that was going on at his house.
Yeah,
it was over at his house, and
I feel like it was Thanksgiving.
It was some party going on, you know. And okay, so that answers that one right now. But leaving that party, Jesse, we were going somewhere else because I had actually just gotten locked up for something, which was I got locked up for manufacturing methamphetamine when I was 18. So I was a cook. So Jesse, I got out and Jesse picked me up and he's like, hey,
I need to make a couple stops because he was going to try to help me out with to cover bail or something like that. You know, I remember I owed a bunch of money for bail still, and so he's like, look, I know somebody that knows somebody, so but we got to make a couple stops. So the first stop we make, he gets out of the car and he talks to the guy, Cody Fennett, number 1. Then he gets back in the car and pulls off and he stops at another spot, Cody Fennett, number 2. So I'm thinking, oh, I guess he's taking care of, you know, he's helping to take care of my bail issues, but he's actually trying to cover up a murder. so I'm just sitting in the passenger seat like, all right, cool, Jesse's got it all covered. Well, he didn't have it covered at all because he was all over the news after that. You know, but
I'm like, hey, I'm not as worried about your bail as I am mine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be going out pretty soon.
Now our parties. Okay, so look, we generally didn't go to parties like that. Like, okay, so there's parties. I'm sure, you know, Jesse's been to parties, I've been to parties, but the kind of the parties that we were at or that we frequented, they weren't parties. They were like gangster parties. They were like dope spots, trap houses, kickbacks and stuff like that. Because Jesse and
what is a trap house?
Our main focus. A trap house is like a drug house. Like that's where we push our product. So you know what a trap house is? Yeah. So we were drug dealers. You know that was we were drug dealers amongst a lot of other things, but we were hustlers. Jesse and I were both hustlers. So when we went to a house,
hustler? So it's like you're selling. What is a hustler like?
Man, we gotta take you back to the basics, to the fundamentals.
To an urban dictionary.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get your urban dictionary out. You know, we gotta take you back to the basics. All right, so,
hold on real quick. How old are you, Jessica? If you don't mind me asking.
So I sometimes like to tell people I'm older, so they give me compliments about how I look. But I'm 28. What about you? When is your birthday? Because I see we have Scorpio rising, who's a Cancer sun, but a Scorpio rising.
I'm a Leo.
No, I'm 28. What about you guys?
I'm a Leo.
I'm a Virgo.
You're a Virgo?
I'm a Virgo.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Mine's September. Yeah, September 4th. Yeah, I'm a dead Virgo.
What?
Yeah, I'm all freaking. I'm hyper analytical.
Were you here already?
I'm very emotional. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Right, so,
yeah.
Now hold on. We're
Yeah, no, I was just wondering because she was asking about a couple terms, and I'm like, man, most people would know these terms.
Well, well, I don't know, Jess. We've been in here for a while, and we're kind of.
Yeah, maybe our terms are out there.
Yeah. Are you?
No, I don't have any
familiar
friends.
with the word?
I don't have American friends to talk to.
Are you
I don't
familiar with the word?
Friends to talk to. I'm learning words.
Are you
English.
familiar with the word hoodlum? Zoot shooter. Bad hombres. No, so look, this is okay. So there's different types of people that are in the streets, right? Like, look, the streets. I gotta break that term down. Okay, so the criminal world, right? There's different types of people that exist in the criminal world. There's different types of gang members. Yeah, okay, you get jumped into a gang, but people serve a purpose within the gang. I was a hustler, which means that I was about making money. And Jesse was about making money, but we were the kind of people that we were. It's hard to explain.
One question. For example, when you say making money, you could be also trafficking women, right? Like a hustler. So in my mind, a hustler could also be a pimp, right? Because making money can be selling drugs and also trafficking women.
But see, in our system, like the way that where me and Jesse came from, that was like frowned upon. You know, there's different types of hustlers. But yeah, there's also like swindlers. there's the dudes that like there's the fraudsters, the people that commit fraud and stuff like that. Yeah, technically there's different types of hustlers. Yes, the type of hustlers that we were drug dealers. We were about our money, but we would do other things with. I mean, Jesse killed somebody for money. So, you know, there's things that we would do for money because that's who we were, is the type of gang members that we were.
Yeah, we were constantly seeking validation through resources.
Yeah.
We felt as long as we had the money, we had the power. You know, I came from nothing, and I believe that if the more money I had, the more stuff I had, basically that was my identity. Like that's what made me feel good about myself because I thought so little of myself for so long.
Yeah, but like I had, like me personally, I had a different view towards it. Like there's people that hustle people, like con artists.
Yeah.
But I wasn't one of those kinds of people. Like when you say, oh, because that could be taken that way too. Well, he's a hustler. He's gonna hustle people out of their money. That's not it. That's not what it was.
No.
I was about my money. I wanted, like, I felt that money validated me, and so I was willing to cut corners to make money. But I also had some morals. I didn't have a lot of morals, but I had some. Like it was frowned upon, like people that would like run women and stuff like that. Like traffic women and stuff like that. I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have shot somebody that was doing that. But somebody who was a pimp, but that was like I guess a good pimp, good pimp, bad pimp. Like there was somebody who was in the sex worker industry and stuff like that. If they were doing it like the porn industry, the sex worker industry, but it was all on the up and up and it was all consensual. I mean, it wasn't my thing, but I wasn't really I wouldn't have really frowned upon it. It's just something different. My specialty was drugs and gangs. That was my specialty. That was my avenue.
Fraud.
And some fraud,
Counterfeit.
yeah, some stuff like that. And so, what I used to do was, what we would do, right, when we say at trap houses, when we went to certain houses where there was users, and it was a house where there wasn't a lot of heat, or even if there was, but we just had different purposes for those houses. When I mean heat, like there wasn't the cops watching them and stuff like that, But generally, when I would have houses where I would supply the house, and I would push my dope out there, or I can show up there and I can slang out of the house. People would roll up, and as soon as it gets kind of hot, like the cops kind of get on the house, then we're gone. And so what we would do is we would set up houses around like the areas. We would have different areas where these houses were at, and we all knew where they were. So as soon as one would get hot, boom, we'll go to the next one. We'll go to the next one, go to the next one. And it was just like a giant cycle. When I got locked up I got caught cooking meth, Jesse went and he set up shop at those houses because he knew how to run them. So it's kind of hard to explain from an outside perspective.
Well, running them is that you get people to come in to buy, like the drugs, or what does running mean?
Yeah, like so that's what I was gonna say. The term trap house comes from back in the days when the West was uncivilized.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Yeah, we weren't trapping squirrels.
Yeah, they used to call it trapping back in the West before it was established, and so they would trap animals for fur, for meat, for food, whatever it is. So that's where the term trap house or trapping came from. Today in the hustler world or in the criminal world, they call trapping. So you're like, exactly like how it sounds, you trapping, because that's exactly what it is. When you got people strung out on drugs, they're like animals out there in the wild, what I mean? And you trap them at that house, because what you have, what they need, and when you set up a trap where they used to catch animals, they'll put food there or whatever, and they trick them into coming in, and it's the same thing with drugs.
Yeah.
You got what they need, so they're going to constantly keep coming back, and basically as long as they're coming back, you got them on the leash, you got them on the line, you own their life, and it's crazy to even hearing myself say this to you right now, like it just trips me out to think that I honestly believe that was a way of living, that I was I can only imagine how many people's kids went without food the same way I did when I was a child because my parents were drug addicts, and yet I turn around and I continue to perpetuate the very same cycle that I grew up in.
Yeah, because there would be guys at the house that we would have working for us or even for me, where they would be getting paid with food stamps.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, they would get paid with food stamps.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
They would get their food stamps, and we would have a connection somewhere, and we would go take it to those people, and they would cash it off for money at a market down a little bit. But yeah, it was all about making money, And
Jane.
Yeah. Hey, so.
Hey, you back?
Yeah. So
the phone's gonna cut off.
Yeah. So I was gonna tell Jessica, I really appreciate her calling in. I'm actually waiting for a call from Blue, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up the line. But hey, I appreciate you, Jessica, and the line's always here. Whenever you have any questions, you're more than welcome to call in.
Thank you. Have a great night. Thanks for responding to questions and explaining.
No problem.
That's for sure.
Hey, we're gonna call back right now, James.
All right, cool. We'll be here. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, Jessica. Have a good one. All right, guys. So my apologies. I had to attend to my daughter over here. My wife stepped out. She's not home right now, so it's just me and my daughter. And she's 5 years old, so she can't cook for herself yet. I mean, I could cook for myself when I was 5 years old, but she's a different story. We can't have her turn on the stove. Anyhow, she wanted me to grab some cereal for her. And then when I was gonna walk away, she wanted a refill. And shout out to the man. I really appreciate those $20 you sent my way. Highly appreciate it.
This call is now
Esta
being
es
recorded.
Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5.
5.
Gracias por utilizar Global Tellink.
Hello, hello.
James.
All right,
All right, welcome back.
so okay, thank you guys, really appreciate it. So you know what, I definitely don't want to forget, but Fischler SoCal, he dropped $20 on the books. So big shout out to Elias. Well,
you.
Iceman sent me 20, and Fischler sent you guys 20. So man, we got 40 to go.
right.
What should we do? Should we put it together? Should I put it on red or black, or what should I do?
Always the red, never the black. Always the red, never the black, bro.
Yeah. No, there's yeah. Well, there's Dave's. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not implying nothing. But there's Dave's ostrich skin boots freaking fund.
Yeah, thank both of them though. Thank you, Iceman, for supporting James and the cause, because without him, none of this would be possible.
Yep.
And thank you, SoCal Fix Player, for always looking out and showing love, man. We were kind of missing you, low key. We had been on here a couple times, and we weren't sure if you were there, man. It didn't feel the same without you.
It was funny because I was thinking about the gangster party. Like what does the party look like where you went? And I was like, man, I just like a chill went down my spine. I was like, man, I was just thinking of a bunch of like skinny ass smoked out gang members that got freaking guns on them,
Bigger than him.
guns on them bigger than them.
I was carrying a pistol that was heavier than me.
Yeah, freaking yeah.
No,
That's what I was thinking. Everybody kind of sketched out, shifty eyed.
there's a beer tower in the corner of the room from beer run.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So
the crazy part is the next party, one of those guys is dead. Go ahead.
yeah, so man, so everybody was wearing. Half of the people were probably wearing cut-off shorts with socks up to their knees. The other half was wearing some some corduroy sandals.
Exactly. Yeah. 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 A lot of hats and hoodies.
Yeah. With the Wario card in.
Yeah. The freaking fair, the Vadio shirts from the fair.
Yeah.
With the old English letters.
Yeah, with your hood ironed on the back.
Yeah.
The rest in peace, big homie.
Yep, the rest in peace freaking party.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's a trip.
It just depends what we're celebrating, huh? A death or a murder?
Yeah, death or a murder, because that's the only time of the party.
Yeah.
What's up, though, James? What's going on, man? What do we got?
So
Dr. Blue?
no, oh yeah. So I just sent him a message. He got back to me right now. So he said he's been riding his bike since 8 a.m. from 8 to 4. Man, he's pulling a all day shift. He said he said I'm done. I'm drained, sleepy. He put some miles on that thing. His ass or his legs hurt. His head hurts. Another day. So next time he'll catch us in the rebound next time.
Okay.
Yeah, welcome to the world.
Yeah, that's the real world. Hey, and I told him too. I told him I said, hey, because he got the bike fixed a couple of days ago. He got the tube put in. He's good to go. And I told him, look, the objective here is to make sure as soon as he doesn't need it anymore, he's got to give it back to you for the next man in town.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. Yep.
Yep, that's the plan. Each one of us that needs it, that ultimately paroles to LA or wherever, and that needs to get around. So I told him, I said, look, as soon as you got a car, you got a mode of transportation. I said, give the bike back to James. So the next one, not every one of us getting out are going to need a bike, but if that way it's there, and that's another common denominator, you know.
I think I'll feel some type of way if I don't hang on to the bike for at least a week.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to ride wheelies down the front of the transitional housing.
Hey, you know what? What do you call it? I was I was thinking about something too, because when Joe got out, um, he didn't
Esta
have
llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
he didn't have a cell phone, so it took him about a week or so, to get that situated. So what I was thinking about was doing was, because I always have extra phones. I got extra phones and stuff. So what I'm thinking about doing.
A whole wall of phones.
So what I'm
You
thinking.
got a whole wall right there.
So what I'm thinking about doing is the next person that comes home and I go meet up with them, I'm gonna take a phone with me. I'm gonna add a data line to it, because I got a T-Mobile business account, and I could add a data line for $15 a month, which gives me unlimited data and texting, no phone calls. But there is apps that you could use for free. So what I'm thinking about doing is the next person that comes home, I'm gonna set them up with the phone, whatever it takes them a few weeks or whatever, to get situated with a phone. And once they're done with that phone, they give it back to me, and then I could pass it on to the next person.
Right. That would be awesome right there. Because the reality, truth be told, I was even talking to Dave about it. Like for me, I know what my plan is as soon as I touch down out there, I may use a phone, or a GoPro. But what I want to do is I'm gonna take the listeners with me for basically not. I'm not gonna take them to the restroom with me when I'm taking a dump. But
Put that past you. Yeah, don't count them out.
Yeah, don't count them out. Yeah, but I definitely want to share my first, because my daughter talked about it. She's like, man, Dad, she goes, that would captivate a lot of people. Like a lot of people are going to want to see what life looks like for you when you're doing all your firsts, because there's a bunch of things that we're going to do out there that's going to be a first experience. And even if it's not the first time I've ever done it, it'll be the first time I've done it in 25 years. So it'll be like doing it for the first time all over again, So what I want to do is I want to be able to live stream those to the channel, you know what I mean? Like, because a lot of the listeners have been with us, from the beginning, and they're going to follow us all the way through this journey, ultimately to you picking us up right here in the front, doing an interview. And I want to also share with them the next few weeks of my life, and who knows how long, I hope that this channel could be a part of me for a long time, because I want to pass it on to the next person, the people that are staying behind. Dave's going to be here still, and so I definitely want to. I'm thinking about getting a GoPro when I get out there, and if not, then I'll use that phone you give me, and I'm going to live stream.
I could already see it, man. I'm gonna walk up, and I'm gonna have James with the camera crew and all the equipment, and I'm gonna have the GoPro on my head, and my wife's just gonna shake her head. She's just gonna shake her head no, and I'm gonna look at James, and he's gonna understand.
He's gonna start unstrapping it from your head.
Yeah, unhook me, James.
Unhook me. Yeah. Take the harness and the GoPro off. I guess I'm not going live.
I can also see him outside of the house. Like, all right, come on, guys, we got a show to do.
Yeah. What were you gonna say right now, James?
So I was gonna tell you, what, it'll probably be cheaper just to get a phone. And you know what? And I haven't told you this, guys. But I had mentioned it to Joe right before he got out. The best thing you guys could do if you guys want to get some cheap phone, because you guys know like 6 months before you come, you're possibly coming home. So buying a phone from Metro PCS, and the way it works from Metro PCS, you could get a really cheap phone for like $50, maybe $100, and then after 6 months, that phone automatically unlocks, so you could use it on any carrier. So you could order that phone before you come home, and then by the time you're ready to come home, that phone will be unlocked, and you can use it with any carrier, T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon, or whoever you choose to go with.
That's cool. Oh, wow. So you could buy a smartphone or a Galaxy. I mean, you could buy an Apple or a Galaxy, and by the time you get out, you'll have basically. I mean, it'll be a pretty new phone.
Yeah.
And you could just put it on an actual a good provider.
Yeah. That's what I do. That's why most of my phones that I get, I don't be buying like a high-end phones. I'll buy like $50, $100 phones, maybe $150. But with Metro Pieces, that's how I do it. I'll buy a bunch of phones. I'll sit on them for 6 months, and once it's time to unlock, then I'm good to go. I got a bunch of phones that could be used with any carrier.
Okay, that sounds like an idea. I used to have boxes of phones because I used to bring phones in here. I used to sell phones in prison.
Yeah.
So I literally had boxes of phones out there. I used to buy refurbished phones, like the Galaxies.
Yeah.
You know, like back when it was like the S4s and the S5s and the S3s and like all that stuff. I used to buy the minis. I used to get them by the boxes refurbished and just.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Spend a few $100s on phones out there and make thousands of dollars on them in here.
Man, we would have made a bit. We would have been making a killing if I would have been the connect. We would have been getting phones for dollars on pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
Yep, straight up. I used to get deals. I used to get deals for like the brand new ones for like Metro or from T-Mobile. I used to get brand new ones, like 5 of them for like almost $200. You know what I mean? Or like whatever deals they had.
Yeah.
The recent deals would be like 3 for 120 or 3 for 150. You know what I mean? Like just different. You know, they always have a new deal.
Yeah. Hey, I got a comment here for David, and it's hey David, it's Ali. Long time no talk. I'll hit you up this weekend.
Ooh,
that's the boy right fired. Hey, no, I was just talking about Ali, yesterday, the day before? No, the crazy part, no, that's the boy right there. Ali's like a brother to me. And look, this is the thing. Hey, you trip on this, James. You know, I've known this fool since I was like, preschool? I've known that fool that long. Yep, I know from, I still remember that fool running around in kindergarten. Yep, it's crazy. That's how long I know that dude. But yeah, that's my boy right there. But
yep, love, shout out to Ali.
Yep.
We were just talking about you out the other day. David was like, man, I got to call Ali. I haven't called in a while. I don't know why. I have the little free time I get, I talk to my wife, but I need to call Ali.
No, we were going through
because we were talking about getting a car. We're going to need a car, Ali.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
we gotta do a promotional. Yeah.
Hey, El Fish there says.
Cars.
Fish there writes on the thing. I have a drone that you can have when you get out if you want it. Man, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Jesse goes all kinds of stories about a drone.
Yeah. Don't get me started. All them phones I was talking about buying. Now you know how they got here.
Yeah. Yeah. So, no, it's crazy because the college semester it's already going to be over next month.
Yeah.
You know, May we're going to take our finals and we're going to wrap up psychology. Jesse's got, we're taking a few classes, but we're going to wrap this one up and, just wait for the summer semester. But it's crazy how fast time goes by.
Yeah.
It's insane, man. And, the tablets were pretty bad too. We went through a period of time where we couldn't even get phone calls out.
Yeah, and if you did, it was just pure distraction the whole time. James, we had trouble even broadcasting for a few weeks because of how bad the phones were.
Oh yeah, man, it was bad. It was awful, man. It was. I mean, I from now on they're known as garbage tail link on my book. Freaking global garbage.
Yeah,
They're straight garbage, basura.
Basura. Yep. That's real shit.
Yeah.
Hey, that's crazy though.
Hey, are we considered broadcasters, Jess?
Broadcasters? I would say so. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really sure what would define a broadcaster, but I would like to be considered a broadcaster.
Hey, if you saw the way that Jesse wears ankle Pro Club gray socks, he would be an influencer.
Hey, we might have to do a photo shoot when you guys go out to visit. You're gonna have to get all the ducats from the visiting from everybody visiting.
I got them for you guys. I got full of ducats to send you pictures too, James, and so does Jesse.
We were supposed to do it yesterday.
Yeah, we're supposed to do
but
it.
But it was last minute. We didn't find out till last minute.
Hey, you want to see us? If you want to see a picture of us, I'm pretty sure you can go to the Centinela State Prison website and look at the home run derby. And there's a group picture of us, and we're right there on the yard. Yep, I heard that it's on the website. Yeah, because the neighbor Felipe, his girl said that she seen it on there. So if you went to Centinela State Prison, I don't know what the website looks like. I don't have those capabilities, but I know if she found it, you definitely could.
Yeah, you could easily find it. You could probably get a screenshot off of it and post it, because there's a few guys. Who else is on there? Bird's on there. Gallardo's on there.
Oh yeah.
There's a few of the actual people that get Gary on there.
I'm looking at the picture right now. Right.
What and what did you say? What was it called? The what?
The home run derby.
Home run derby.
Okay.
Yeah, from Home Run Derby,
Centinela D
Centinela
facility,
State,
home run derby,
All right.
See,
2024.
I definitely see Bird right there.
Oh, yeah.
Gallardo, which is
Oh,
Robert.
I'm gonna put this up on the screen right
See
here
it?
for anybody that's listening to it right now, so they could go ahead and check you guys out. At your best right
Oh, you
here.
can see it?
Yeah. So who won?
That's not my best. That's actually at my worst right there. Okay, so the guy. Okay, do you see me right there in the picture?
Le
Hold
queda
up,
un
hold up.
restante de 60 segundos.
Let me see. Let me see here. Oh yeah. I
got the
see.
white tank top right
Yeah.
there.
You got the white beater on, and then let me see. Let me see if I see Jesse
All right,
right
look.
here.
All right, so I'm gonna describe this. Hey, this is gonna cut off right now, but I'm gonna call right back right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna call right back.
All right, man. I'm glad they told me about this. I'm gonna put it up on the screen right now. Let me just find the window captured here. Let me did I get it? Is it on the screen? Oh yeah, I think I did it. Hold on. All right, so I got it up there. Let me see. I just gotta where is this thing at? Studio mode. Okay. Where is it?
This
Esta
call
es
is now
Global
being
Telling.
recorded.
Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
Hello?
Hey, James.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you see the little guy that's right next to me.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me look at it.
The little buff, he's a
Okay.
little buff guy.
Yeah.
Little buff Chihuahua.
Yeah. I see him.
He's
Yeah.
the one that Joe said that he has a bigger chest than me, and I don't think he does. That's the guy he's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so the funny part is like that's my son, right? He's the one I always say is my son. And
A little flipper.
Yeah, it's a little flipper right there. And so I told him that I need to put one of them harnesses on him, like a Chihuahua harness, so he don't bite nobody, you know. But all right, so the one behind me and him, that's Martin. He's in the gray shirt directly behind me. and
Okay.
Felipe.
Yeah, I
That's
see him.
the one who
Yeah.
won.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that's got his arm around me. Yeah, that's my boy right there.
That's our vecino right there.
Yep. And then you see Robert?
Robert.
Have you
Yeah.
ever seen Robert before?
Yeah. I saw
That's
him. Yeah.
Right? You see him?
He has like the white
Yep, that's a big body right there.
bandera, the
Yep.
white thing around his neck.
Yep. And so and then that's Jesse. You see Jesse back there. Jesse off to the side, to the far right.
Okay, with the lokes or the glasses that turn
Yep.
color in the sun.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
That's him. That's them. So the thing about this picture, right? Like you're looking at a prison yard. That's an actual. This was on the yard. Those guys that came that are in the actual softball suits. Those dudes were beasts, man. Them dudes hit home runs like crazy. Them dudes are vicious, you know. And I got a few of them, but Martin got more, and he was more consistent, so he won. But I stayed all the way into the end. And the thing is, look, this picture, if I would have known that it was going to be on the internet, that we would actually be discussing this, I probably would have looked way more Friedman. But the thing is, look, you're just seeing us on the yard just having fun with the boys, you know? And that's what it was, man. We took that picture. I was just happy because these are guys that a lot of you guys will never see, or some of these guys might die in prison. You see there's some older guys right there, and it's just you might see the guy in the back. If you look on the back row, and you'll see the Terminator back there. He looks like he's from frickin' you see him, he's right behind, he's kind of like off to the left of Robert.
Yeah, he looks like Arnold. Yeah, yup. I know exactly who you're talking about.
He looks like more like the guy that was hunting Arnold. Have you seen this boy? The liquid Terminator.
It was it the T-1000?
The T-1000, that's him right there. So if you see behind us, off to the left, okay, so you see we're all fenced in. That's super backstop. That's the backstop right there. to the softball. But you see behind that, that's the reality of prison right there. There's barbed wire fences. There's the new cameras, the camera system that they put up. There's the education department is right there. That's actually where college is at. The library is not really the library no more. It's like that's where they do San Diego State at. But I mean, that's our surroundings, you know.
Hey, and how come that one dude is wearing an orange vest?
Yard crew. He's a yard crew.
Oh, yard crew.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's yep. Yeah, so when they work on the yard crew, they're out all the time. So their bosses have to be able to find them on the yard. I mean, it's kind of stupid, like, you know, that they have to wear those vests all day. But you'll always see yard crew with those vests on.
Oh, okay.
That way they cannot, because the tier is split too, so they can identify them. Like if you're on a different tier and you're out there with another tier, it gives you, if you're wearing that vest, you're allowed to be in areas that are out of bounds. You know, on the other side of the yellow line, close to the fence, because you're cutting grass or moving rocks or, you know, keeping the yard in order. If they see that vest, they're not going to yell at you like, hey, get away from there. If you see anybody else, any other resident, you know, out of bounds, they're going to yell on the speaker like, hey, get away from there. Come over here. Get out of there.
Yep.
Keep it moving.
Yep, and you'll see, as you can see, my fist. I want to introduce you guys to my fist. It's knocked many a man out. It's retired now. It's retired. Yep, that thing is retired.
I'm going to need you to put that in your pocket next time you take a picture.
Yeah, I'm going to have to hide that thing. Yeah, but no, this is, yeah, those are the boys right there, man. You see the positive pro-social. There's not a lot of, like, yeah, you could tell we're in prison, but, I mean, look at, we're all having fun, man. You don't see a lot of, like, too serious faces, you know? Like, we all crack jokes, and it's different, man. You see there's guys of all different, well, I was going to say different ethnicities. I don't see one black guy there. But
the darkest one in that picture is you. Black man.
Yeah, but we do have buddies that are there that are black on the yard, and you know they'll be in there with us just like anywhere else, man. That's why I love being over here. You got guys that are Native American, you guys that are Mexican. Felipe, I don't know what the hell Felipe is.
He's of the Chihuahua descent.
He's of the Chihuahua descent.
And I don't mean the state in Mexico. I mean the dog.
Yep. Yeah, you got guys you got whites. You know, it's a great environment now where people can just be themselves. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. So that picture's up there, huh?
That picture's up there. You found it pretty fast.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add it too, because you know, I whenever the live streams are on, there's always pictures of like I got like LA County and different prisons throughout the state of California. This one I'm gonna add in there because you guys
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
you guys are actually in it, so that's pretty cool. I'm glad you guys told me about it. And I'll go ahead and add it onto the Go ahead.
We've been wanting to take pictures. We were supposed to do it yesterday. I've been wanting to send you pictures. I'm not very photogenic. That's the only reason why. Like I gotta super screen my pictures before I send them. I don't even like the way I come out in the videos that we take on this a lot of times. But we're gonna take some pictures right here in the gym so we can actually send some pictures so you can post up with our profile. You know.
Hey, I got you for that. I got somebody that could take care of you with the prison facelift if you're if you're interested in it.
Hey. Oh man.
Javi needs to do himself a facelift. He needs to do himself a hair lower.
Yeah. Look at you.
I got one of those too from Corcoran.
I'm showing Jesse a picture right now. When I was 18 years old, man, I look whipped, man. I look whipped.
Whipped. Yeah. No, but we're gonna take pictures. We got it. They're supposed to do them on the first Thursday or the second Thursday and the third and the fourth Thursday of the month. So we're gonna take pictures in the gym right here so we can get some cool pictures like in our regular clothes. So we don't have to send you like prison blues pictures, you know.
Okay, yeah, that'll work. Hey, but we gotta get one with like the socks. We need to see how high. We need to do a sock check to see how high the socks are or how low they are.
Hey. Let's just say that my Jordans are higher than my socks. So,
yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna wear a pair of socks that I have specifically for the sock check.
Yeah.
Those things go to my knees.
Yeah. I got a pair of stockings that connect to my garter belt.
What the? fuck.
I'm going out there full lingerie stock.
Hey, I'm a very visual person, man, and that was horrible to see.
That was too much.
That was way too much, man. That was man.
Well, hopefully the listeners can picture that because that's how the picture's coming.
That took me over the edge right there. I was just thinking, man.
That's it. You gonna give up your dinner now?
Well, the problem is Jesse won't even try, you know. So he'll just be sitting there in a pair of Pro Club boxers, wearing that underneath. You know.
There's gonna be nothing sexy about my lingerie. It's just be me in a pair of boxers and some silk stockings. And a garter belt, with a paño around my forehead.
With a paño.
Yeah, looking all super chile.
Yeah, he'll be mad dogging us. Like, what are you looking at?
Yeah. You guys got a problem with my outfit?
No, but there's the picture right there. This I found it. The old ID picture.
Yeah, there it is.
See, I got these pictures, James, they're old, man. That's this one's from like what year is that? 2007. Yeah, I got one for 2007 from Chino. I still have my P number right there. I gotta pull these out. I got an envelope right here, James, that I've had addressed to you this whole time, and I've been waiting on that picture for Fish Slayer. I've been waiting on that. I got Doomsday San Diego. It's actually in that envelope, but we've been waiting on this other dude to come through, and we have another guy that wants to draw. We're gonna let him draw one too, though. Hey, you know what I need though, James?
Yeah.
I need to know if you could screenshot a picture of downtown San Diego.
Yeah.
Or have Fish Slayer send it to you.
No, I'm just gonna get the pattern back from that fool.
Yeah, because this dude's had it for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, he said he put his own bridge and this and that, but I went by there last night and he's like, "Oh, give me a minute, I'm on the phone." Like, why don't you just bring it to the window and let me see it? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy because around here you never have a shortage of people wanting to draw for you, right? And I don't get drawings for people often, and you know, and it's like all of a sudden now that I need a good drawing, you know, the dudes that I know who are usually real good about drawing and they draw fast and stuff like that, all of a sudden these cats aren't drawing it anymore like they used to. It's like, come on, fool, like, what's going on in your life that you're not drawing anymore? But more than likely it's because these cats are all strung out, you know?
Man, if they're strung out, shouldn't they be able to draw faster? They could sit there and concentrate on it for hours.
Yeah, and they should be happy that they're getting paid for a drawing so that way they can go get right.
When I was doing drugs, I thought I was Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would do drugs. I thought you were Michelangelo.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's up with these dudes, man, but
yeah, they're hustling backwards is what's happening.
All right. Yeah. So
what's going on, James? We didn't get.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'll send that. I'll get that screenshot and I'll shoot it over. But
I'm in this file right now looking.
You want it to be a physical form, right? You don't want to not through the tablet, right?
No, you can send it. You can send it on the tablet because I can just print it out.
Oh, okay.
Just make it in color.
Okay.
I don't think it'll come out that big though. Oh, hey James.
Yeah.
Man, I'm glad you reminded me. Hey, un chingo de gracias for the placas for the channel logos. We got them from Silas today. Them motherfuckers are bad. We're actually making. Hey, good looking out. We're actually even making it. We got a frame. Dave has a big ass frame, and we're gonna hook it up. We're gonna put one of them in the frame and hang it right here on the wall. We got a wall with our IVC. It's Imperial Valley College. We are IVC, and then the CGA plaque. We got it right here. So we're gonna hang the you have a collect call logo up on the wall on a frame.
Okay. Yeah, man. I got a bunch of different logos, but that's one of the ones that I really liked. You know, because they had to do it on the phone. You know, with the prison towers and the barbed wire and all of that. But I got about 100 different logos that I was messing with.
Yeah, no, that shit was tight, and I like the little what are they? The mailing logo? What are they? The mailing strips?
Oh yeah. So if you gotta mail some letters out, bam, you don't want to write, just you got a glue stick, just drop it on there.
Yep, just put it on, it's ready to go. Put the name on there. Now, I forget what those are called, too. I used to have those a long time ago.
A shipping label?
But, those are tight. Definitely. Yeah, shipping label. There you go.
Yep.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Hey, so how many people we got listening right now, James? We got some people on there still?
Yeah, right now we got 5 people coming in, or 7 people are coming and going, but at the peak I think we had about 11 people.
Oh yeah, did Bruce Willis or Lex Luthor go in there at all?
Not that I'm aware of. I haven't seen them on the comments.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but yeah, the only person I had seen.
Oh yeah, they got a comment on.
Yeah,
Can you see them?
I can't see them if they don't comment.
Oh, okay. Well, just in case they do go, gotta give them a shout out anyway. If they are on there or they happen to go on there, send a shout out to them. Hopefully Bruce Willis is doing all right. What's up, Martin? Just so you know, you're going viral. We got you on YouTube.
That's smart. Oh yeah. Hey, by the way, yeah, your face has been plastered. It's
Yeah,
forever.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Trying to find
Dave's trying to find something for you.
I'm trying to find an old locker porter, one that's
Oh.
very generic with no names or anything.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm looking. Well, I'm in the file now. You know, I got some pictures out there I'm gonna send you. Oh yeah. So we're gonna give you a call back.
Yeah.
We'll call back right now.
Yep. All right. So hey man, I really appreciate everybody that's in here in the chat, or you're just a lurker. You know, I appreciate it. I know the guys appreciate it. You know, pretty much, you know, they're in their cell right now, and you know, we're doing this. You know, they have they had a topic they wanted, you know, to speak about. You know, they got their message out, and I know they were looking forward to getting on TikTok earlier on, and I'm pretty sure they were devastated when I told them that it was a no-go. We got shut down.
This call is now
Esta
being
es
recorded.
Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello.
Hey, yeah. All right,
Yeah.
we're back.
All right.
Hey, so you know what I was thinking, right? What I was thinking was about I found one. Oh no, that's a locker border. Okay, so no,
I got a bunch of locker porters.
Yep. Yeah, you need to pull one out. Jess.
Yeah.
This one right here, I mean, this is the one that went to the hole for the last one.
Oh
Yeah, this one is terrible. It's a terrible locker porter. Now we have like basic ones where we're just like, where you pull up and you got, like me, I always pull from the hole because I had an indeterminate shoe. So whenever I rolled up to prison, they usually can't tell why I'm in the hole. They'll just be like, oh, you're on shoe indeterminate. And then you're safety and security, boom, you're gone. You're going to the hole, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck, I got a lot of 115s, Jess. Jeez. I'm going through a whole stack of 115s looking for a locker porter for you, James. And not only am I looking for a locker porter, I'm looking for a specific locker porter because these other locker porters are just freaking too much bullshit, man. Hey, so, all right, look. So, do you know about the changes to the pay? Have you heard about it yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh yeah.
All right. So they really fucked us. Now, and it's all disguised in helping us. That's what's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So up until like 2 days ago, right, I was a full-time worker. Jesse doesn't even have a job right now.
Because literally, I'm unemployed right now.
Yep.
James.
Jesse's unemployed because they decided to pay us more. So what they said was, their whole concept was, okay, we don't make enough money, so we can't pay restitution for our victims and
Quality of life.
Yeah, quality of life and everything like that, right? So my job was, I actually had one of the better pay numbers on the yard, where
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I worked 7 to 8 hours a day in the law library. Jesse works the same, but he worked behind the wall in the auto body. He was a clerk back there. So what they did was they came up with a policy where they're going to double all of our pay. So all I was making was 24 cents an hour, and that was a top pay number on the yard, 24 cents an hour. So on the 15th, they increased my pay double to 48 cents an hour. They did the same for Jesse. So yesterday or the day before, all kinds of people started getting new ducats. A ducat is a piece of paper that basically shows that you're assigned somewhere. You could get a ducat to go to medical, you can get a ducat to go to committee, and you get a special ducat that shows when you've been assigned to a work area. And without that ducat, you're probably not assigned. Sometimes they don't come, but most of the time they do. So we all got these new ducats that shows that they're splitting our hours in half. So they're paying me double, but they split my hours in half to now I only work 4 hours a day. So basically I'm still making the same exact money that I made before. So I don't know where they thought that I was going to be making all this money to pay victims and whatnot when I'm still making the identical money, and then they cut a bunch of jobs. Like literally, there's not a lot of jobs in prison to begin with. They're very limited job positions. You got the kitchen, you got the yard crew, the guys with the orange vest. You have different clerks. Law library has clerks. You got the canteen workers, and there's not much else. You got the education, the teachers' aides. But, then you have porters in the building, like workers in the building. So then you have behind the wall, which are the clerks that work in the auto body, auto mechanics, the guys that help log in hours and stuff like that. Yeah.
But that was me. I was a shop manager in auto body.
So what they did though is they eliminated even more positions because they said that they needed to make all this money. They needed to get all this money to pay us double when they're only paying us the same thing anyway. And now they cut all these positions, so the yard's full of people that don't have jobs.
Yeah.
And
I'm one of them. So what happened with me was they terminated my coworker's position, right? And because I'm assigned in the morning from 7:15 to 9:15 to a cognitive behavioral therapy class, and so I would leave from that class to work at 9:15, and then I would work for the rest of my shift, and then I'd come home, shower, and then I'd take off to school. Well, anyways, so what happened is because the positions are only 4-hour positions now, you have to be at work at least 3 hours, where before my shift was 7.5 hours, so I could miss the first 2 hours of work, and it was nothing. I'd just show up and go stay at work for the rest of the other 5 hours. But now what they did is they unassigned me from my position because they said that I couldn't split my programming and my work hours. So it was just a weird dynamic when they said they did these job cuts. They did the 4-hour shifts so that we could have access to more programming. However, there is absolutely no programs being offered in the morning other than the CBI that I was already in. So it was just weird that here they took me out of a full day, where I was actually, being responsible all day long. And I don't mind personally. I don't mind because now I have more time to exercise on the yard, which is cool, but at the same time, it was like when you're already accustomed to the pattern that you already have. I leave my cell at 7:15 in the morning, and I'm basically gone for the most part for the greater part of the day till 7:15, 7:30 at night. I come back to shower. I'll come back here and there for about 40 minutes, in between on certain days and stuff like that. But for the most part, I'm gone all day long, and so it just their whole concept that they had laid out for on this job, this pay increase, was it's all belied by a bunch of people now being on the yard unemployed,
Yeah.
And it's just weird. Like it makes no sense what they did. I don't know how they sold it to the stockholders or to the whoever was in charge of authoring this policy, but it was all bullshit. It sounds like another smoking mirror game of CDC, which is weird because I feel like they're trying to go in the right direction. They take 2 steps forward and then they take a step back, and it's like, come on now.
And what trips me out, right? What trips me out is, okay, so these people, right? They give us the Levi's. Remember how excited we were, James, when we got these Levi's? They approved them. Me and Jesse got a pair. Our loved one spent $75 on these pants, and then they said that we can't wear them. We can't wear them outside of the building, or we can only wear them like at yard. But you can't wear them like they're blue pants. But I don't know. I don't understand it. They took away our ability to wear these pants that we spent all this money on.
Yeah, I spent $150 on jeans that I can't wear anywhere. So to me, I look at it as they just facilitated another racket to bilk our family out of money, for something that we can't even utilize. Like, yeah, we can wear them in the gym, but come on, it's 120 degrees for 5 months out of the year right here in this freaking prison, and we're going to be wearing Levi's in the building, or to yard where we go to exercise. You can't wear them to school. You can't wear them to work. You can't wear them to chow. You can't wear them anywhere that you would normally be wearing blue pants to, which is the state issue clothing, which is in blue. So it was just a crazy thing that's been taking place with these guys lately. It's like they're working backwards.
Yeah, I don't understand it. They talk about the Norwegian model and they talk about all these things that are changing, but it seems like every time they give us something, more gets taken, and it's like, yeah, it's worse.
Hey,
I don't understand what they're. Yeah, go ahead.
hey, so let me ask you. So since you're making that big whopping 40 something cents, what are you gonna do with all that newfound wealth?
Well, I'm stuck with the same wealth I had before.
Yeah.
Because they cut my hours. They doubled my pay and cut my hours in half.
Yeah.
So I'm still just as poor as I was before that.
Yeah,
you know?
he's still the very same vagrant you met a couple months ago.
Yeah, I'm out there scavenging on the yard.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank goodness for Fish SoCal, otherwise this guy would look like an orphan.
I become a jailhouse thief.
Yeah, he'd be walking around here looking like Aladdin. With patches on his knee.
Yeah. Wait, Felipe, huh?
Felipe's Abu, the little monkey, and he'd be Aladdin. Be like, what are these patches trying to say? Beggar?
Vagrant, vagabond?
Yeah, he'd be walking around stealing fruit from the village.
Hey, yeah, it's all bad. And I do have holes in one of my shoes.
Yeah. So
Hey.
we got to get that thing patched up ASAP.
Yeah.
Hey, and
It's all bad.
if Eliasman's in here, Joe's just sent me a message. If he wants me to forward it to you, so if you send me a text, I'll forward the message over to you that Joe wants me to send over to you. It's just an update on how he's doing and all the good things that are happening in his life now. So he wanted me to share that with you. So Eliasman, if you're in here, tap in.
Tell Joe we send our love, and it's good to hear everything's going good. Tell him I said thanks for all the pictures. Always, he stays in our hearts and our minds.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll make sure I'll do that. Man, but man, I can't wait for man, like who's next? We got anybody getting released next week, next month? Like, man, I'm ready to go back out there. My wife was like, "Hey, when you gonna go back?" I was like, "I don't know. Like, it might be a little bit of time before somebody comes home."
No,
Yeah, Ricky's gonna be at the beginning of next year.
Yeah. No.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Hey, James, you going to Pablo's hearing still?
Yep. That's what
Oh, that's what I was trying to. I forgot. So I was trying to look for the message for his name. I couldn't find it, so I don't remember if you sent it to me or if it was Joe that sent it to me. Oh, I couldn't find it. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna email the board. I'm gonna do it on Monday, and then I think they'll get back to me like in a few days to let me know if I could attend the hearing or not. So yeah, no, I fully intend to attend his hearing.
I think it's the 15th of May he's going. Or, wait, was it the 15th or the 9th? Or I don't know. I know it's next week? Yeah. Oh, wait, he goes next week. Oh, next year goes on the 15th. Yep, next year goes on the 15th. Yep. Yeah, the one that's actually going to get released, though, is going to be Ricky Black. He's going to go in September, but he won't actually get released until early next September, October, November, December, January, February.
February, almost like February.
Next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's cool then right there. And then it's going to be either me or Silas after that. No, you know what, me, Silas, and Gary are all going to be like right around the same time, I think, more or less.
Okay. Speaking of Silas, I was talking to him last time, and he likes how you guys, both of you guys come on together. And I had mentioned to him that I was gonna ask you guys if how would you guys like it if here and there Silas taps in with us when you guys are on the line.
No, absolutely. Silas is my guy, and remember, me and him were initially the ones that did the very first broadcast together.
Yeah.
But the software wasn't, you weren't completely up on the latest software at that moment. Or you
Yeah.
didn't have everything hooked up right.
Yeah. Yep.
James that we have today is with somebody else back then.
Yeah.
I want to say this is pre-Brocha.
Oh, okay. Yeah, back then was definitely Steve Rosa.
He had like one of the little French mustaches back then.
Yeah. Hello.
The little French man mustaches.
Yeah, but you know who else? I was talking to my boy Eric. Oh, you know what? Matter of fact, that reminds me as well.
Yeah.
So who went on before Eric did the other day when Eric was doing his live story?
Eric Fuentes.
Eric Fuentes.
Yeah.
Let me see. On what was it? I think was that Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. Went on before him.
Yep, Wednesday.
Let me check. Hold on, because I don't remember what I did yesterday, let alone what I did on Wednesday.
Right.
On I didn't do any YouTubes on I only did a YouTube on with him on Monday, and then I did one on Wednesday. So I didn't do anything on before him, I think. Not that I recall.
Okay, because he was saying that somebody else was on there. I don't know if it was on Monday, but I believe I thought it was Wednesday that there was a listener calling in that was.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
There was somebody grilling somebody on the podcast.
That was okay. So that was that we were on TikTok. So that I was on with Javi. I was on with Javi, and then yeah, go ahead.
Okay, no, and that's I called that. That's what I told all these fools. I said, I guarantee you, just from what Eric was telling me, from what you had relayed to him, conveyed to him, I said, I guarantee you it was Javi. That's the only one that's on this channel that would have been able to that would have had that conversation like that, with that individual, like how the conversation transpired,
Yeah.
But yeah, Eric's looking forward to coming on with us too. Eventually, once he's got his life story and everything out the way, and that's my boy right there. So I look forward to actually coming on with him as well, because he's got a lot of good stuff inside that head of his.
Hey, he's gonna cut off right now.
Okay.
Give me a call back, James.
Yeah. Go for it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Ok, espérate, tengo que recoger esta llamada y después ahorita voy para allá. Yeah. And wasn't Javi on a short call before Eric? I think we were on. Wasn't it TikTok? I don't remember. You know what? My mind is just. I really don't remember even what I did yesterday. I don't remember. I had to go back on YouTube to check if what was on there, but I didn't see anything, so I'm not sure. I don't recall. But yeah, my memory ever since I got COVID, it hasn't been as sharp as it was before that. It's not as great, if you will. Anyhow, so right now we're just waiting for David and Jesse to call back, and once they call back, we'll go ahead and get on with it, and yeah. So I appreciate everybody that's on here right now.
This call is now being
Esta
recorded.
es Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
Hey,
All right, James.
So Fish Layer SoCal, he's asking James, can you send me on how to email the board? I like to give my input as well. So it's Fish Layer SoCal wants to
About how to email the board. Yeah, I don't know.
How does he what? Email the board?
Yeah.
like to for support letters.
Oh yeah. You just have to type them up. They have a specific link. I'll get the link for them. Because I'm not sure if you can actually send it straight there, or you actually have to print it out, sign it, and mail it to them. I got to make sure, but I think there is a link because I've had letters scanned up.
I think Lisa would be the one to ask that, huh?
Porter's what?
Honestly, I couldn't understand. Porter's ticket in, maybe?
Oh yeah.
Hey guys,
No,
I'm gonna step away for a moment. I gotta run to the restroom. I'll be back. I'll be back shortly.
Oh yeah, handle your business.
Okay. All right.
So nobody going there for about 30, 45 minutes.
Yep. All right. So this is the thing, Jess. So until James gets back, I'm gonna ramble on. Okay. So we talked.
See, I bet you wish we still had Jessica on the line. She would give us something to talk about.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is she does ask questions.
Yes. That's
Many
cool.
questions.
Yep, and good question. She definitely didn't bring the level of conversation that I was thinking would normally. Like she actually had genuine interview conversations. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna try to think of a Chubby Jessica question to ask you.
Come on with it then, Chubby Dave. But hey, first of all, SoCal Fish Slayer, man, don't trip, bro. We will find out how to get these letters up to the board for us, man, because that definitely comes in handy. That definitely lets know that we have support and people out there, respectable, civilized members of society willing to, support us on our transition back to society. So I will definitely find out and let you know.
I don't like who I'm becoming as Chubby Dave.
Yeah. Hey, your life is falling apart. Ever since you became Chubby Dave, your whole so I need you to get down and your business. I need a question that Chubby Jessica would ask me.
I just want to know, Jess, have you ever been in love?
Have I ever been in love? I'm in love with you, Chubby Dave. Have I ever been in love? Absolutely, I've been in love. I've absolutely been in love. I don't care to elaborate.
Chubby Dave wants names, dates.
Names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Preferably contact info.
Contact info, emails, 2 IDs, and a major credit card.
Yeah.
So no, I've been in love. I've been in love once or twice, and I've been in puppy love one time, before I came to prison. And I'm barely becoming a healthy person myself, to actually truly be able to say that I love somebody, and that I even love myself, because I barely began to love myself, within the last few years, and so I wouldn't classify the love I've had for other people in the past as genuine, sincere, committed love, because I was an unhealthy person before, So where today I don't believe that's the case, and today I believe that I'm completely capable of being in love and being a good person and being a good lover.
The crazy part is that I've thought about this, right? Because in a very uncomfortable question, my wife has asked me this in the past, and I really, really evaluated my history. And the fact of the matter is I don't think I ever really knew what love is until I met my wife. Nothing compares. I don't have a comparison. It's almost like night and day different. And that's a scary thing. It's a very, very scary thing. And so that question I asked you was meant to be a joke, but it was actually a pretty good question. Maybe for a different topic or whatnot, the topic on relationships or, but I do think about it. Okay, well, the difference is I think age, I was super high when I was out there. And you experience everything kind of tenfold when you're on drugs: anger, rage, love. And, so I think that there's a difference between childish versions of love, or what you think love is as a kid, and what actual love is in the present as a adult in your 40s. It's a little different, but those questions are kind of important because you're going to be getting out there before me, and you're going to be hit smack dead in the face with those types of questions and those types of understandings. You're gonna meet people. You have people in your life already, but you're gonna have to be able to identify. Okay, is what I'm feeling love? Is it lust? Is it unsure? You're going to be getting a lot of attention. You're one of those people. You're a bubbly character, so you're going to be drawing a lot of attention to you, whether you like it or not, or ask for it. And so do you know how to rebuff advances without being a dick? I have a hard time with that. I'm complimented, I get complimented here and there, but when I feel like I'm being hit on, or I feel like I'm being like there's a line that's being crossed, I have a hard time with being nice about the way that I rebuff the advance.
Yeah.
I'm more like, hey, what the fuck? Like, did you see I got a ring on my finger? What's wrong with you? What person are you? Who does that? But I know that's not the right way to go about it. But those are questions that I do think about, and you're going to be dealing with that a lot sooner than I am. So.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's
Chubby Dave asks the real questions.
Chubby Dave asks the real questions.
They come out of left field sometimes.
With questions like that, I'd rather have Chubby Jessica right now.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
She was asking us about the law field. You're asking me about love. Does this look like the face of somebody who understands love?
If I could describe his face right now, it was a mixture between Scooby-Doo and the Scream Mask. Was that the 60 seconds?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so let me ask you another question.
But no, I hear you on that, and I genuinely, if you love and respect your partner, or you have respect for yourself, you know what I mean? Because the reality is, we're not kids, we're not freaking horn dogs, we're not, you know what I mean? Like, if you found...
I don't know about you.
Yeah, you ain't lying. I said we, I meant like the people around here. I wasn't talking about me.
Go ahead.
But yeah, no, if you got your person,
you're insulting.
Yeah, if you've got your person, we've got the same kind of personalities. Like as far as we've always, people have gravitated towards us, whether male, female. We've always been leaders. We've always been, people that just generate that kind of synergy around ourselves because we do what we do, and so as far as buffing unwanted attention or
rebuffing,
rebuffing, hey, as far as
two different things.
Yeah, as far as fluffing, as far as fluffing the unwanted attention.
I don't want you buffing any unwanted attention.
Yeah. As far as rebuffing any unwanted advances or attention, respectfully, I think that's easy. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to be rude. You don't have to be. All you have to do is dignify your partner. Dignify the other individual.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I appreciate the compliment and maybe in another time, but this is where I'm at in my life today, and this is what I'm doing, or this is who I'm with, or whatever you feel, compelled to tell the person. But I think it's just all about the boundaries that you set for yourself and you and your partner,
Now, if you did go back to Mexico, right?
If I went to Mexico, I'd be out there Buffing.
Hey, buffing, trying to get yourself a little some peso.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Buffing for peso.
Yeah, I'm buffing for peso.
Yeah. So, but no, this is just something I was just curious about, you know. And the fact of the matter is, you know, you gotta. There's a right way to do things, a wrong way to do things, and then there's somewhere in the middle, like which is like you have to stand up for yourself and you have to be assertive. Can't be a pushover, but you also don't got to be a dick, you know. Like me, I look at things through the eyes of like, you know what, like, you know, what are they trying to do here? I look into things too far, I guess. You know, if you know somebody gets at me or talks to me about something, and I feel like it's like disrespectful to my wife, like I'm gonna feel disrespected, and I'm not gonna act on it the way that I would before, but you're gonna see it all over my face. You know, and be like, damn, what the hell, you know?
No.
Nice. What's going on here, you know? And then as far as love, friendship, respect, those things get warped inside of prison. Prison, especially being there for decades, it warps your perspective.
Oh, sounds like James.
Yeah.
Hell.
Sounds like James's daughter's beating him up in the background.
Yeah. She got him. She got the mic. She got the microphone and she's clubbing him.
Hey, so you missed the whole segment, James, where I was Chubby Dave.
How's that work?
Well, I asked him a question about being in love and what would he do in Mexico.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was like, because we were telling, he was like, well, we're gonna just ramble on for the next half hour. I said, I bet you wish we had Chubby Jessica on here right now to ask him some questions, you know. And he was like, yeah. He goes, well, I'm gonna ask you a question. I said, well, come on with it, Chubby Dave.
That was it. Chubby Dave was born from that moment.
There it is. There it is.
Yep. There's a whole. We got a.
I hope Jessica doesn't get mad that you trademark her handle.
Well, and I try to be respectful to Jessica too. You know, like she's a person with feelings, and we don't like people talking smack and stuff. And I know she doesn't come from our world, but we have a suspicion that she does. We have a suspicion, like in the back of our head, because me and Jess, we're some suspicious motherfuckers. You know, so we think like, you know what? Not only does she know what a trap house is, she knows what a hustler is. She knows what kind of hustlers we were, drug dealers, and she knows what a gangster party looks like. She may or may not live in Compton. She may or may not.
I could have. Hey, I could have sworn I heard her say that she lives in Compton. Did I mishear Compton all the way around?
I don't know.
I didn't hear any Compton.
Right,
okay, so I'm tripping then. My bad.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so,
Jessica.
Yeah, and this is the thing though. So
I got her living all in Compton. She did everything she could to get here from Mexico, and now I got her living in Compton.
We get our clown on a little bit, you know, but you know, no disrespect, you know.
Yeah, we're just giving you cariño, Jessica. We appreciate you, man. Really, thank you.
Yep. And then James gets it with the brocha.
Yeah, James gives cariño over the brocha too.
Iceman's a 49ers fan. We got big beef with him.
Yeah, so he's just getting lined up to get roasted. and SoCal say he's slaying the fish down there in Dago, but I don't know. I see him out in the deep sea with a goldfish at the end of the line.
I swear, I was thinking that right now. I was thinking about goldfish on a pencil.
Yeah. Let me find out. Yeah, he's like, in your dreams, Pedro.
Yeah, goldfish later, SoCal.
Yeah. Yeah, let me find out. He got a stick.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
I'm gonna need him to send you a picture of a real catch, some big shit, some heavy shit, you know. Because right now we got SoCal out there catching goldfish in the pond.
We got Joe on an exercise bike.
We got Joe out there on an exercise bike in front of the transitional housing with his old biker shorts on and some, you know.
In your dreams, Pedro. In your dreams.
In your dreams, baby.
Sorry, no tortilla.
Sorry, Pedro, no tortilla. You want us to call you back, James?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. So hey, man, you know, Jesse and David, you know, whenever they come on, man, they're definitely They definitely give me good laughter. They're good energy. They got a good personality, and I'm sure you guys appreciate them as much as I do. The fish is always bigger when I talk about it. Hey, fish, why
This
don't you
call
call
is
up?
now being
Esta
recorded.
es Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hey, Fish Slayer said the
sir.
fish is always bigger when I talk about it. Fish, call up, man. If you,
Yeah, sure, yeah, for sure.
Don't feel bad. I think that's everybody.
in your dreams.
Sorry, Pedro, no tortillas.
Sure. You know? Yeah.
Hey, we just went on a cold roasting session. Hey, but what's up with Iceman? Iceman, is he watching the draft? Did he ever message you back for Joe?
so he heard it. He heard the message. Yeah. As a matter of fact, right now he's just putting little happy faces, smiley faces in the chat.
Okay. So yeah, keep an eye on that draft because I think his boys are gonna have to pick up some secret weapons. They gotta follow through next year.
I think they're rebuilding.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. I think
Frisco's rebuilding. They're in a rebuilding season.
they're gonna have to do something because you can't keep showing up at the dance and not take the crown.
Mm-hmm.
That's not they play good, but not good enough. Yeah.
And what else we had to talk about? We talked about the jeans. We talked about the pay raise.
Yeah, we just wanted to talk about all these oxymorons taking place in prison today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This pay increase for hour cut. You know, these jeans that they're giving us so that we can feel more personable again, but we're not allowed to wear anymore. You know, we had them for all of about 2 weeks.
I don't know.
Just another scheme of theirs to bilk our family out of money.
What about you, Chubby James?
Hey,
What's on your mind?
so what happened? So you guys got the jeans. Did anybody get to wear them out, or as soon as everybody got them, they're like, hey, it's not gonna crack. You could only wear them inside your room or your cell.
Yeah, pretty much. There's some overzealous sergeant that works right here on the yard, and he started hassling people. But I guess it wasn't just here; it was on all the yards because they're complaining on the inmate family council that all the yards are doing the same thing. And basically, the jeans are considered personal property. They're not considered like how it was back in the day. CDC used to offer jeans, and you could order your own Levi's, and so you could wear them anywhere. That's what your pants were. They were all Levi, and then CDC went over to these. What are they? Whatever those are.
Scrubs.
Whatever they are. The scrub looking. Scrub looking pants. And so when they let these Levi's come back in, it's supposed to be to make us feel more personable again, to make us feel more humane, so that we're not, first they took the prisoner off the pants, and then now they're giving us the Levi's back, and it's under the ideology that we're going to be able to feel more at home and feel more, basically to rehumanize ourselves a little bit, because we're not wearing prison clothes, we're wearing actual.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
You could see the pants that we got because I'm wearing them in that picture. The ones that they give us. Yeah. They're like big old freaking pants, man. They're horrible. They come huge. I got some smaller ones now, but they give them to you like that. They give those pants like 3X, 4X. So everybody's walking around here like parachutes.
Yeah, looking like orphans.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they and so as soon as we got them, I got to wear them to school a few times. We got to wear them for all of about a week. And then all of a sudden they started saying, oh, no, you can't wear those out here. Those are personal clothes. Because anytime you leave your building to medical, to education, to Vogue, to CTC or anything like that, you got to wear blues. They'll tell you in your blues to program, in your blues to here, in your blues to there. So we were like, all right, cool. We're in our blues. We wear our Levi's, we'll, put our state shirt on and head out. And I still have one of the button-up state shirts with the collar and everything. So it went cool with my Levi's, so I could still rock out like that. And then all of a sudden they started making a fuss, talking about nope, you guys can't wear the Levi's anywhere but inside your building. And it was just like, so then what the hell did you guys sell us these pants for? You know what I mean? If we can't wear them anywhere, nobody's gonna buy Levi's to hang out in their freaking sale with them.
$75.
Yeah, for $75. Like, come on, that's a lot of freaking money in here, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And so it's just a trip, you know what I mean? Like, so now I have 2 pair of Levi's. Dave has his Levi's right there. They're just hanging on the hanger, and we can't even wear them anywhere. You know, we're back to wearing our bullshit state pants, you know? So it sucks. But supposedly there's a policy coming down that it's going to change. We're never going to be able to wear them to visit, I don't think. I don't think that's going to change because of the pockets and the security issue. You know, it's just too much for them to have to observe.
Which is dumb, though, because they strip us out when we come out of visit. We have to literally strip down.
Yeah, to your butthole naked.
Yeah, straight up naked. Everything. Socks, boxers, everything.
Oh, that's the other thing you want to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
The new policy.
There's a new policy that just came out. It was approved April 22nd or April 23rd, where they're saying that they have, for reasonable suspicion, they could strip search your visitors, even do a cavity search.
What?
Visitors. I mean, that's mom. Yep. Yeah. That's what it says on there. I read it today.
And if you refuse, what are the? Is this a?
Well, you can refuse, but they'll cancel your visit, and then they have to reevaluate if you're going to be allowed back in here. You know, but what they're saying is, all it said on there was reasonable suspicion, and it's too vague.
Yeah.
Like, what's a reasonable suspicion?
Shit, my reasonable suspicion would probably, for me, it would be my mustache. I'm done. No, I'm gonna have to give the visits.
Yeah.
Yep.
That mustache is straight sospecho.
Yeah, well, honestly, in that instance, I think they should.
Yeah. I see that mustache and I want to search you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look, James, you're gonna have to.
Yeah. Look, James, you're gonna unhinge that thing. You're gonna let me look behind it.
Yeah, and that's what it said on there. And I read it and I was reading the comments, from the public and stuff, and they're right. But you know what they were talking about was, well, the main comments were about, well, if so much drugs are coming in through visit, why is it that when no visits were happening during COVID, this place was still flooded with drugs and phones? And they're saying, so it's not, the visitors are not the problem. Some of the visitors might be the problem, but how was it all coming in? People were ODing and people were dying when the visits were completely shut down through COVID. That's staff bringing it in. But they're not, they do walk them off. They do arrest them and stuff, but
they're not strip searching.
But they're not, if they have a reasonable suspicion about a certain staff member, I bet you they're not stripping them out butthole naked.
Because they got a union protecting them.
Yep. And so that was something that, it's got to be up there because it was a memo that was published about strip searches, and it's a public policy change. So it's up there. Hey, can you find stuff like that, James?
Probably. I probably can.
Yeah, so I don't know, but that just went into effect, They were talking about clothes that visitors can wear, and that all stayed the same, but they did highlight, like, the strip searches. So, yeah, it's kind of messed up, But there's a lot of idiots, though. There's a lot of idiots. There's guys that are falling out on Spice every day right here. Those are some weirdos, man. Those dudes are crazy. Today, an ambulance came and picked up somebody. I don't know if that was what he went out for, but it looked like it. Just weird people, man. So yeah, there's just Go ahead.
One of our viewers here, Jesus, just informed me that there was a crazy chase in LA right now that's going on live. We might be having somebody coming your way in the next few months. They got him on the freeway right now. They're trying to get them to get out of their car. They're surrounded on the freeway with all kinds of CHP around them.
Trust and believe there's no shortage of
chases.
Yeah, there's no shortage of bed space for them here.
Yeah.
Prison is always going to have a bed for them.
The crazy part is the way the laws are going down. Who knows, man? Who knows where they'll be? They'll probably be out soon.
They'll probably be in Chowchilla.
Chowchilla. Hey, there's some crazy cholas over there in LA. It's funny because whenever the car stops and the people run out, there's always like two dudes and one hyena that just duck out, and run.
Yeah, hey, let my brother go, eh?
Yep.
He didn't do nothing.
What was that dude's name again? That one, that fool that called 911.
Oh,
yeah,
Victor,
yeah.
Victor Fuentes.
Victor Fuentes. Hey, I was dying, man. I had my brother listen to that the other day. That shit was so funny, man. It's crazy that I wanted to be a part of that world so bad. Those are what my homeboys all sounded like.
I was trying
Just
to
like that.
I was trying to play the audio for Eric, but man, I was having some technical difficulty that night, so he didn't get to listen to it.
Yeah, that shit was, man. No, it was funny, man. Sometimes I like to have a good laugh with people like that, Today I was in my feelings. I was listening to The Weeknd, to, what was it, Beauty Behind the Madness? Oh, man, that's what I went to yard to go work out, listening to in my head, Yeah, I get like that. Music is a big part of my life. Comedy is a big part of my life. Sometimes I just want to laugh, so I listen to, what is the one on there, the Laugh Factory?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got the Laugh Factory on the tablet. Listen to that for a little bit. Yeah, we don't know what they're gonna do in this prison, man. We heard that they're gonna bring the dog program here.
Yeah, they're bringing a dog program and a barber program.
Yep. Yeah, I'm actually a pretty good barber, James. Badass barber.
Really?
Yep. So I would be interested. Yeah, I'm a fucking badass barber. Oh yeah.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Where do you think I get all my fresh haircuts from?
Look on Jesse's. Just look at Jesse's video visit haircuts. You'll fresh it. That's all me right there. Yep.
Hello?
What happened? Can you hear us?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
I can hear him just fine.
I can hear him just
So I'm
fine.
sure if I can hear him, yeah, I can hear you just fine. What happened back there?
Okay. Can you hear us still?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah, and the battery died on it.
Just fine.
The battery pack on this thing that I got that runs the audio just died on me, so I switched it out really quick.
What kind of battery pack did they use?
A USB. It's a USB battery pack. It normally gets the power from the computer, but for some reason it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't power it up. So I just plug it into a battery pack so it doesn't die. Man, I watch. I'm gonna send you a picture of this battery pack that I use that I lug around everywhere I go. Whenever I go recording and stuff. Man, if you guys could get one of these in the prison, man, everybody will be hitting you guys up. Everybody will be trying to run a USB cable to get all their juice from.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool. No, we got basic stuff here, man. Jesse got some stuff because he's been down for so long, but we're in the Stone Age when it comes to electronics. We got like an old Sanjin radio that's still a twist knob. The Super 3. He's got a Super 3. It's got some. I don't even think people know what a Super 3 is out there. It's like a giant radio with a huge speaker. So it has, it's got some bass on it. But that thing is already falling apart. We got to shake it here and there for it to go on.
Yeah, it's like an old Chevy. You got to warm it up. You got to start it up and let it warm up for a little bit, and then it starts purring.
Hey, he's got this Sony CD player, and it's I don't even know when's the last time. You probably got to go to a thrift shop to find a Discman, But he's got this Sony CD player, and it's the love of his life, man. Honestly, this thing right here.
It's because the quality out of this CD player compared to the rest of the CD players here, the other ones suck. And this one it's got good, clean, crisp bass because it's a Sony, and they don't sell Sony CD players in prison anymore. All the CD players they sell, they're just loud. And
Kobe,
they don't
Kobe
have
brand.
Good, clean, crisp. Yeah.
They sell like high tech.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
An amp,
Yeah, just all generic shit.
Yeah, and so this Sony CD player took a dump on him the other day, and honestly, it's the first time I thought Jesse was gonna just break down and cry.
Yeah, it's been bad time ever since.
Yeah, he just looks at it, it's crazy.
Yeah, every couple of days. Well, it's because I sent it to Javi to fix one of my other Sony because I had two of them, you know, and it came back, you know,
He's got it right
worse
next
off
to
than when I sent it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that seems to be his MO.
he's got it right there next to his family pictures.
He came back with a missing tire.
Hey,
Swear to God, came back with a missing spring.
dude,
We're gonna call you back.
yeah, I'll call you back right now.
Oh man. It happens like that sometimes, you know. Hey, these electronic gadgets and stuff. You know, sometimes when you open them up, some of these parts are delicate, and you know, I've been guilty of myself. You know, not putting them back together exactly as they came. But hey, that's the risk that you gotta take sometimes. You know. So shit. You know, I've sacrificed, like I've had like two of the same items, and I'll sacrifice one to get one, you know, one of them working instead opposed to having two of them that didn't work. You know, I just have one that didn't work. If that makes any sense. And Chubby Jessica, thank you, James, for having me on the show. I appreciate the opportunity. I learned a lot. Hey, you're more than welcome, and thank you, Jesse and David, for responding uh, to the questions. All right, cool. I'll let them know right now when they call back. And this call right now coming up. All right.
This call is now being
Esta
recorded.
es Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello, hello.
James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right.
So we sent this Sony CD player to Javi.
Yeah.
It comes back, right? And the wheel looks suspect, like the wheel that turns the CD. That looks suspect. It's broken all of a sudden, and it doesn't fit on there.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that happened.
The wheel doesn't fit on there. The spring that you connect the battery to, those
Yeah.
were missing.
Yeah,
He sent those 2 days later.
Yeah, the spring was missing completely. And
Yeah.
he's talking about, hey, yeah, I was listening to the radio all day before I sent it to you, and I was like, how is that? If there was no fucking spring in it for you to put a battery in that motherfucker. Tell me how you were listening to it without a wheel. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, man, this dude. Yeah. But, yeah, so that was that.
Yeah, that thing's just sitting on the locker right now. Just
Just
we
hold
got a lot
on
of
to it.
CDs too, so that's a shame.
Hey, you gotta hold on to it because
Well,
you know you might need it as for donor parts one day, and it
no,
might.
he has another one.
That's what I have my other one for. The one that
Yeah,
I sent to
part.
Javi,
Yeah.
that's what that is now. That's the donor part CD because Javi started picking at it, so now it's donor part.
And
Yeah.
no tweaker in me wants to take it apart. Yeah, like honestly, I do. I want to take that. I want to take that thing apart so bad. I want to take both of them apart.
He's going to take them both apart, and they're going to come. And when he's done, I'm going to have 3 Sonys.
Hey, I'm crafty. I'm telling you right now.
And none of them are going to work.
Hey, I'm crafty. Today, Jesse went in the law library, and he got to see my craftsmanship.
I haven't been in that place since I quit that job because I was freaking traumatized from being in there. And I went in there, and I was like, wow, this is a pretty nice place. I love what you've done with the place, Dave.
Thank you. Hey, I built this thing. All right, so my boss saw some little. It was like a little statue in Mexico, and the statue was holding like a book, and the statue was made out of paper or something like that. It's made out of paper, so she draws this like little picture of it that looks nothing like anything, but I was able to use my mind and create this little freaking statue made out of newspaper. I got fingers on it, hands, and it looks like an actual little person. And I've been going on and on about this thing. And today Jesse got to see it for the first time, and it looks like a damn sculpture.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's life size.
What I like is how the pages are actually flying up to the...
Yep. I did it to where the hands are holding an open book, and the book pages are flying out, and they're spinning around like the wind is taking them. and they're going all across the roof, across the whole library. And yeah, I guess that's one of my skills right there. But I want to try to use that skill.
We're not going to be doing none of that with the Sony.
He read my mind. I want to use that skill right there in that example to let Jesse let me take apart his 2 Sonys. Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Think about
Dave's the guy who would take a gun apart, and when he put it back together, the firing pin's gone.
It'll shoot backwards and get you.
Yeah, and it fires out the back instead of the front.
We both have this. He's a mutual friend of ours, but he passed away. Our boy Little Man. So I go see Little Man one day, right? And I just get out, and he's all happy. He's like, because our thing was guns. You know, we had a lot of guns back then. And he pulls out this gun. It was a 25. It was a 25 Jennings, which was one of the cheapest guns. They always fall apart and break, right? Every time I came in contact with a Jennings, there was something wrong with it.
Yeah.
I remember there was one that we had that the trigger was gone. Another one, it jammed after the second shot. And
you don't have a retractor to pull the round out.
Yeah, there's always something wrong with these damn guns, and I don't know where the hell Little Man always showed up with a Jennings, right? So I show up again, and he's got a Jennings, and I'm like, damn, that sucker looks bad, because they look pretty nice. You know, the way they set them up, they look like little James Bond guns and shit. But I remember that to load it, he didn't have a clip, and I don't know what happened. Like it wouldn't. I don't know what the heck was wrong with it, but he had to drop a bullet in upside down. And hook it up to shoot it, you know, and I don't know why. I always think about that. I always think about him with that stupid gun, you know.
That's crazy. That's tripping for that.
Yep. Yeah. So when you said about take apart a gun, like I have taken apart several guns.
So have I.
And
they will never be the same.
They were never the same. There's a lot of pieces in guns, man. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, don't use that example when I try to pitch to you me fixing the Sony.
Yeah. Don't think about that gun. Think about what I could do for this Sony.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sure. I mean, James, you could guide me. You could probably give me the whole schematic on the phone, and we could bring it. We could bring everybody. We could bring everybody in on it. Yeah.
James, you want to be complicit in this crime?
Hey, we'll do it on a video visit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask Fischler or SoCal. I'll be like, hey man, red wire, blue wire. I had to cut one of them. It's 50-50, man. Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah. Just know that if this blows up, Jesse's gonna blow.
Yep. Yeah, he's gonna blow his top. Well, no, but he's got this thing right here. He's got this Sony right here, and it's a real sad sight too. It's sad. It's already got like a piece of paper on top of it, like it's gonna get taken into the wild, you know.
Just a matter of time.
Gonna find its way into the...
Yeah, it's right next to my clock with no handle. There's like I have a clock, but I sat on it, so it had like a little swivel thing, so it stays upright. Well, it's just leaned up against the wall. Now I broke that. Yeah, it's just it's off into the wild. But we got like this. Jesse's pretty crafty too. I'm surprised he don't know how to fix it. To be honest with you, bet you he does.
I could mess with it.
Holding out.
I could mess with it, but because I don't want to take chances through trial and error with what's left of the Sonys. Like, I could probably fix that. You know, I tweak on all the music shit.
But we have a lot of CDs too, man. That's the thing. There's so many CDs. We have 3 Beauty Behind the Madison from the weekend. 3 of them.
Hey, so I just got a message here from Amy, and she writes, James, please let Jesse know that an attorney just called me, and I'm cool. Thank you.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah. And then we also got a message from Chubby Jessica. She wrote, thank you, James, for having me on your show. I appreciate the opportunity. I learned a lot. And then she also wrote, thank you, Jesse and David, for responding to the questions.
No problem.
Tell her we said thank you for the questions. That makes the show a lot more interesting, like actually having questions to interact and engage with, you know, so tell her thank you.
No, thank you. We like interacting with you guys. You guys help make the show, everything we talk about.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
we try to paint a picture so you guys can kind of understand what it's like in these places without glorifying it. But we also try to answer questions, and we want to try to we do the best we can to, I guess, to squash like misconceptions.
Yeah.
So it's always good, man.
I have a question though for Chubby Jessica. Why did she give us the Valley Girl voice first? What was going on? What was going on in her mind?
Look, Chubby Dave wants to answer this so bad. Like, look, Jess, like this is the voice that I've like chosen. Like Jesse.
Yeah, this is your voice.
This is my new voice.
No, but it's funny because when I told her she sounded like a Valley Girl, she's like, no, that's my California voice.
The funny part though is she switched back to her regular voice and it was the same.
It was almost the same. Yeah,
it was no different. She just didn't use the word like
oh my god.
Like oh my god. She didn't use that as much.
No,
it was like pretty much the same though.
You're right. But I was still like,
our suspicions are flying. Honestly.
Yeah. Hey, she writes. She writes, I wanted to fit in with people in California.
Yeah, you should start talking like oh, hey, hoes.
Hey, check it out, hoes.
Check it out, hey.
Where's she at? Ask her what state she's in.
She won't answer.
Oh, she's in Mexico.
No, we don't know. We don't even know.
She just said she just said she became a U.S. citizen. I think if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we definitely know. You know, we don't even know if she's America. I mean, if she's in America right now.
Yep.
She could be a U.S. citizen in Mexico.
Yeah, she could be an international spy for all we know.
She could be Russian.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Ask her what state is she in.
All right. She I'm sure she heard because she's in the chat. She's in the chat, so I'm sure she'll respond.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe she's keeping her location a secret.
Oh yeah, private. Yeah.
We know that. We know that. We got that from her. We have the location secret. The accent is that we can't even get that narrowed down.
Yeah. Yeah. So for all we know, what was that president? The one over there.
Lopez Obrador?
No, from Mexico. Yeah, no, from I think it was Argentina or
I don't know, man.
The one from the one from was it the one that from Nicaragua or the one from El
Nicaragua.
Salvador? Okay.
Yeah.
That
from
he took off.
The one that got busted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. For all we know, that she's scouting for him. Like, hey, find out if there's a safe place for me over there at the collect call zone.
So yeah, so she wrote on here. She said yes. Yeah. So she wants to be a secret. Just be yourself, Jessica. That's what makes us all unique. Fishler wrote.
That's right. Exactly.
I take back what I said about the pencil and the goldfish.
Yeah.
You speak true wisdom.
True wisdom. Yeah.
So
he's gonna drop the goldfish. He's gonna make it a koi.
I'm not gonna give you a swordfish right off the bat. I'm gonna upgrade it to a smallmouth bass.
Yeah. I'm gonna upgrade you to a koi fish.
A koi fish.
Yeah. But
a koi fish.
But you're slowly moving your way up to something.
A koi fish impaled with a Dodger bat.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll go that. We're gonna take things slow. Take things slow.
Yeah. I need to know that you're slaying the fishes.
Samurai sword. Yeah, a samurai sword through a great white.
Yeah. He's the only one I know on a giant ship out there in the middle of the ocean. Yeah. Samurai sword and the shark.
Aquaman.
Little fish, Aquaman. Get on with your bad self. Yep. There you go. That's right. That's crazy too, because a lot of the fellas that have gotten out of here, like ex-lifers have gotten out of here, that's what they've done. A lot of these dudes have gone deep sea fishing. I don't know what it is. If it's just a lot of the dudes that they're hanging out with, but that's a hobby that everybody's doing out there. So
it's actually fun. It seems like it would be fun.
Oh, absolutely, man. Just to be out in the middle of the ocean after being locked in these boxes for so long, being confined to these yards. It's like Groundhog Day in prison. You know that. Every day, every place. It's all the same thing, no matter what prison you're in, no matter, you could be the top of California, bottom of California, no matter what yard you're on, it all looks the same, you know? So imagine being, after spending 25, 30 years in here, you know, seeing the same thing over and over, and then to just be able to get out there on a boat and just look out into the ocean for as far as the eye can see, and that's freedom.
See my luck, I end up out there, and I'm on the boat, they get attacked by orcas.
Yeah. They're gonna be, hey, look, I got the whale down there chewing off the rudder.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
it seems pretty fun though.
so we're about to get hit with the 1 minute notification. I was gonna let you guys know that this is probably gonna be our last call right now, just because I gotta go tidying up some stuff before my wife gets here. If not, she's gonna say that what the hell did I do with all this time that she's been gone. And then she's probably gonna accuse me of sleeping if she hasn't heard me on YouTube yet. But I gotta go tidy up the house before she comes and crack that whip.
You've been consorting with the likes of us.
Yep, for sure. Handle your business. You already know what's up. You better take care of that. Happy wife, happy life. And we don't want to be the reason.
Messing with your friends in prison.
Yeah, you're hanging out with your buddies in the prison. You like it so much to go over there.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Felipe needs a celly.
Yeah, Felipe needs a celly. You can live right here next door to us.
Hey. Yeah, but now it was cool, man, spending this time with you guys, man, shooting shit with you guys, just bullshitting, you know?
Yeah.
And thank you guys, man, for being here. And once again, I got to send a shout-out to my beautiful wife, who I will be trying to get a hold of right now.
Absolutely, yep, for sure. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, for being there. Fish Slayer, Iceman, Chubby Jessica, everybody. Thank you, guys, man. We appreciate the conversation.
Amy with her random notification.
Yep, Amy. Yep, thank you, everybody that's been listening in. And definitely, like I said, I want to send another shout-out to Bruce Willis and Lex Luke, just in case they happen to tune in or hear this later. Ali. Yep, I'm coming to get a car from you, Ali, so say something nice for me.
Yep. All right, go ahead and say your thing, James.
All right, life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And then I just saw the question from Rosa. So Eric, we'll probably have him on probably tomorrow, I think. I don't think I'm gonna have time today, because I've already spent a lot of time on YouTube and TikTok. I spent a large portion of my day, but he'll definitely be back. We'll probably have him back. I'm gonna reach out to him today, check if he's available either tomorrow or Saturday, and whenever he's available, then we'll go ahead and bring him back on so he could go ahead and continue on part 3 of his journey. He definitely left off or we cut it off at a cliffhanger there. He got into his journey and he had just got picked up where we left off. But once again, I appreciate everybody that that was in the chat. We got Scorpio Rising, we got Rosa, we got Fish Slayer SoCal, we got Chubby Jessica, we got El Ice Man. Who else do we got? We got Jesus. And let me see. I'm going through the chat right now, so I'm just lovely. Oh yeah, we got Lovely Sunshine. She came over here from TikTok, from El TikTok. And let me see. I'm still scrolling. I'm not trying to miss out on anybody here. And then we got JMXXV. Also, we got RN Auto Group. And all right, I think I got it. Anyways, like I said around here, lights like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that being said, I'm out. A rato y buenas noches.